Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. Angry Swan got first today. No, Captain Reed got first today. Apologies. Captain Reed, hello, good set. Thank you very much for being here. Pestilence is here as well, so is Gemma. Lane is here too, so is Chartered Music. Captain Reed did beat you, yeah. He was hiding behind the hype train. Excuse me, I'm getting coffee all in my beard. Luckily, I'm going to the barber's on Tuesday to get this all trimmed back and looking neat and tidy before my trip. Cycle8 is here as well. Anonymous Biker, good evening, Jay. Hope your weekend has been good. It's been a good weekend. Yeah, I'll talk about it in just a minute. Rockets as well, so is Baroium. La Blah is here too. Mr. Blackbrook himself. Honest Accountant says, hello, Jay. Haven't been in the stream since meetup, but I hope you're well. Cycle8 looking good. I'm hyped waiting for Lamb, Alert, and Spooder. The spider does look good. Fred Silosaurus Rex says hi. Rue's here as well. Neodoid as well. Gemma subscribed for 11 months. Almost a year, Gemma. That's kind of crazy. Almost a year. Sorry, my phone's vibrating in my pocket. I'm just going to take that out. Yeah, it's almost your PT birthday, Gemma. Exists here as well, so is Ballboy, JMS2. JMS subscribed for 16 months. Dude, that's phenomenal. Almost at 2 PT babies there. RL Keebs is here as well. Bosch subscribed for 3 months, currently on a 2-month streak. Clownfish with the SPC logos. Sticky is here as well, so is GVB, Harry himself. Ogem's here as well, Angry Swan too. Stereo Jerp, Hoship, and Godzilla Waddle is here too. So is Gem. Good evening, folks. I hope you all are doing really well. A few things going on today. We're going to talk about PT news, the latest updates, what's happening in the next couple of weeks, because there's some big things happening here at PT in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll talk about Cycle8. We'll build a Cycle8. We're also going to have a quick look at Geek Hack and look at some ICs, because there's some interesting stuff out there, and I feel like I don't talk about the stuff going on in the community enough a lot of the time, so we're going to do that as well. And if we hit the subs goal, which is down below, we just need 15 more during the stream, then we will be giving away some free GMK sets. So yeah, that's the current plan today. That's the current plan today. Prince Skipper Skipal is here as well. That's kind of crazy. That I don't know how I pronounce that sometimes. Prince Skipper Skipal. I really think that name's cool. So we'll have a look at that. Please review my IC if you can, and I'll try to catch it on the vodka to go. No worries. I'm not going to say yes or no. We will review anything in particular. We're just going to have a look and see what's going on Geek Hack, because I usually do that before the stream, and I don't talk about it. And today I didn't do it before the stream, and I thought, why don't I just do it on stream live and share that with you guys? Newfie, hello all. Hope you've been enjoying the warmer weather this weekend. Papolo. Yeah, so today, if you can hear it in the background, I have my air conditioning unit on. I apologize if it's loud, but it was like 28 degrees in this office when I got here, and it was too hot, so I had to put the air conditioning on. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of like leave that on during the stream, unless you guys tell me it's too loud, and then I'll turn it off. If you can't hear it, great. I can hear it through my noise cancelling headphones, so it must be there as a noise, but if it's not, fantastic. Jay gets all of his Geek Hack effing and jeffing out of the way pre-stream. Don't want to step on Simon says. No, like to be fair, before Simon did kind of like Geek Hack IC reviews and stuff like that, Brian and I used to do them on Top Clack. So
Tasty.
you know, Simon started doing them long after we finished that. And I actually talked last week about maybe bringing Top Clack back, and if I could, my kind of dream team would be Alex, Sotos, Black Simon, and myself. That'd kind of be like the trio that I'd want to do Top Clack if we could bring it back. Prin Skipper Skip all. Right, okay. I'll try and remember that. I'm terrible at pronunciation of things. I can't hear it over the sound of my fan blasting my face. Nice. Fluffy Keeps, thank you so much for the 36 months of subs. Currently on a 35-month streak. 3 years. Happy 3rd PT birthday, dude. 3 years of subscribing. 3 years of subscribing. That's kind of crazy. Skipple like Apple. Skyple. Prince Skipper Skypel. I don't know. Dude, I'm just going to call you Print, it's easier. Alex being nice, Simon being single, and Jay being the media. Something like that. But like Alex is just like one of the nicest guys around. And he brings kind of like a wholesomeness. Simon brings the kind of like the emotion into it, right? Okay, let's put it nicely. Brings the
Incredible.
emotion into it, and I just kind of like give the honest, this is how it works, guys, kind of view. So yeah, so that'd be quite fun. Tom Clack isn't Tom Clack without Brian. Yeah, so I did speak to Brian a little while back. He's kind of in a different place in life right now, and I don't think he'd want to come back. I would always love to do things with Brian on stream. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Could you please move away your coffee from the Nixie? Too close to it makes me feel nervous. This is my new daily driver. It's finally fully up and working. Thank you to Tokas, who made some custom cables just last week. I actually completely... so because this is one of like 3 prototype, if you haven't seen this, guys, let me flip the cameras over a second. This is the Nixie. So this has got a fully working Nixie clock in the top. So the time, that's the time 20:07 when it's not reflecting the lights from the streams. E-coated in beige. It's called all beige as the color. The controls for the clock are back here. Nice brass pieces on the side. We've shown this on stream a couple of times now. Feet underneath, absolutely no screws on the exterior whatsoever, and it uses a kind of French cleat system to hold the whole case together. It's very, very cool. And this has kind of like been my grail board since probably when I first joined the hobby. I've always had a thing for clocks, and I always wanted to put a Nixie clock in a keyboard. And thank you to Josh and Tom, who may or may not be watching. It now exists, and Tokas provided us a cable because we need to power the clock separately, just because it has a DC input, so we had to have custom cables made, and these are hard cabled in. We're just going to 3D print a little grommet to hold that nice and taut inside the case. So that arrived Wednesday. So on Thursday I stripped this all down and rebuilt it, and one of the other problems we had was there's kind of like a custom PCB which is here, which sits underneath the clock for these keys here. And when the manufacturer made these, they actually made them slightly wrong. So they actually put the diodes for them on the underside. You can see here where I had to clip the diodes off. So the diodes are actually placed on the camera focus. The diodes are placed on the top by mistake, where they should have been placed on the bottom here. So these were all wrong. So I had to kind of like fudge it to get it to work. Anyway, we did, and it was fine. But now we have the working one in here, so all of the keys now work. Everything's now looking good. The key set's on there, the clock's working, the cables are done. So yeah, it's just a cool thing, and it's kind of like been my grail to have something like this in the hobby for a long time. Ever since I first started kind of like looking at keyboards, I thought Nixie clock keyboard, yes. And Josh and Tom made it happen. Tom did all of the electronics for the clock and figured out that kind of stuff. Josh did the kind of like created the case design, so it's got some kind of cool angles and chamfers, and it does say Nixie on the back here. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, but it does. You can probably just about see it there in the light. So yeah, so they kind of made my vision a reality, and I'm forever going to be grateful for them. And of course, Keymax knocking it out of the park with the custom Keymax UK ISO 1-of-1 key set as well. The only thing I might change about this is split the shift key. We'll see, but yeah. This is now going to be my daily driver, and it does mean that the Koala is semi-retired, because this will now be in use on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, sorry the meetup, such a cool board. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Thank you, Honest Accountant. Rip, you didn't build it on stream in the end. Yeah, so I was going to do it on stream on Thursday, but ultimately, just because of the way timings happened, Thursday was not a good day to stream, and I just couldn't figure out the time to do it. So yeah. So there we go. Can Jay post one? Can Jay post what? Sorry. Finally managed to catch one of your streams. Hi. Welcome to the stream, Koragai. Kogarai. Thank you very much for that. Nice Amiga Swatch combo. Is that the moon one? Yeah, I collect the Swatch Amigas. This is the mission to the moon. Come on, camera, focus, please. Camera, focus. There we go. I have quite a few of them up here. I'm missing all, but I've got all of them but Neptune. I think Neptune's the only one I don't have. And some of the newer ones, like I don't have the Snoopy one and stuff like that. But yeah, I have a few watches. So yeah. RIP Koala, who served as well. The Koala's not gone. It is still going to live on. TGR Koala is not kind of like a board that you can just get rid of, right? You know, it's one of those things. Still love the colour scheme you got for it. Yeah, like the koala's one of my favourite boards, but I wanted something like vintage inspired. The problem I have now though is finding a desk mat that goes with Nixie. I think I'm gonna have to make like a custom one. I think we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, but it's just a thing. Oh, you mean discounts? We'll talk about discounts in a minute. We'll get to that in a second. Right. So PT news. So what's going on this week? So this week coming, we should hear tomorrow about our latest shipment from China. We have a container that should have arrived in port over the weekend. We over the weekend we don't tend to get updates, so usually the updates happen on a Monday. But what should have happened between Friday and now is the ship should have been decanted, all the containers been taken off. The containers should have then gone through customs, and we should get confirmation on Monday how long customs clearance is likely to take. We should also get the bill for the import duties, which is usually very expensive, tens of thousands. So as soon as we get that, we can get that paid, and then we can kind of get everything into through customs, and we can get here to the workshop. So I think that it's going to arrive here at the workshop, assuming we get that notification on Monday, probably either Friday this week or Monday, Tuesday next week. So it's a little bit of time away. But that does mean that when I get back from my trip to Novel Keys, which happens this week, the shipment should be here waiting for me, so I'll be able to tackle it with Mel as soon as we get back. So that's the current plan. There's quite a lot in that container. There's a lot of stuff on there, so there's zooms and boogs and all sorts of stuff. You can have a look on Notion if you want to have a look and see what's coming, because of course it'll all have extras in the next couple of weeks as well. So that's the current update from that perspective. This week, Mel is going to be handling a lot of kind of paperworky stuff while Simon's not here. She's also going to be doing the in-stock orders and keeping up to date with those. I think we've got 2 shipments coming from GMK, which should be Hiney Beige round 2 and Panels round 2. So we'll get those shipped out and turned into stock quite quickly. So if you do want to pick those up, they are in pre-order right now. So if you go onto the website right now, hold on, I'll show you. If you scroll down and click on pre-orders on the website, you'll see that they're here. So we've got Panels and Hiney Beige. Those will literally be here this week. They should arrive Wednesday, Thursday this week, I think. So if you want either of those, buy them now, because they'll be more expensive when they go into stock in a few days' time. So yeah, that would be my advice to you. If you're thinking about Panels or you're thinking about Hiney Beige and you want to save some money, buy it now. Because when it goes in stock, it'll be a little bit more expensive. So yeah, so that's that. So as soon as we've got through all of the shipment, then in a week or two, all of that starts to go in stock. And as I say, there are some things coming in midweek as well, but pretty much it should be a relatively quiet week. I'm here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then from Wednesday I won't be here at PTHQ. There'll be no stream next Sunday, and the reason for that is because I will be in the United States visiting Novel Keys. So I'm going to the Novel Keys meetup on Saturday the 3rd of August. So I'll have a little stand there with a PT banner and some keyboards, maybe even take the Nixie, the JO1 and the JO3 prototypes behind me that we're going to be running in a couple months' time. And maybe a few other bits as well. So if you are going to that meetup and you want to come and say hi, please do. I will be there hanging out with Novel Keys. We'll have a little stall as well, which will be good fun. I'm looking forward to that. So I fly out on Wednesday. I should get there. I should get to the hotel at 11 p.m. local time-ish. So yeah, it's going to be a really long day. And then Friday, I'm hoping to hang out with the Novel Keys guys at their headquarters, and then Saturday's the meetup. Sunday, day of relaxation, calm, chill out. Monday, get up really early, drive back to Washington DC, explore Washington DC for as much of the day as possible, and then my flight back is at 8 p.m. so I have to get back to the airport for like 6 p.m. But I'm hoping to have like a good 6-hour time where I can just go and explore Washington DC, which would be really good fun. Fly back, and then I should get back to the UK for 11 a.m. on the Wednesday, I think it works out at something like that. Anyway, so Tuesday, 11 a.m. Tuesday, I should be back at home. No, back in the UK at 11 a.m. Or that might be Dublin, because I have to fly to Dublin, and then from there I can't remember anyway. But Tuesday evening I should be home. Wednesday I'll probably be back in the workshop, unless I'm really, really badly jet lagged. So we'll see how that goes, and then I'll be back with Mel on the Wednesday, and we'll go from there. So it's gonna be an interesting trip. So yeah. get a stand to display, keep displaying it on stream. There's quite a few keyboards on stream that are displayed on stream behind. Maybe the koala will make it up there. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting some kind of like brackets on this column here and putting keyboards on them. So we'll see. It finally arrived, Manu. Yeah, it arrived on Thursday, I think, or Friday. I can't remember. So yeah, first container this year that doesn't have something in it for me. Nice. We should be updated to right now. Yeah, it looks like it. I think JCS Arabic is in this one. Looking forward to seeing those and receiving my sets. Yeah, it should be in this one, I think. If it says so on Notion, that'll be the case. Demotex, thank you so much for 32 months of subs. I really appreciate that. It says 2 to the power of 5. Nice. Void Media says, good evening all. Duodod is here as well. Picked out your rental car yet? So for the trip, I have picked out a rental car. It's just something normal. So this is how the website describes it. It says Chevrolet Tahoe or Audi SQ8 or similar. So it's basically just going to be an SUV. And the fun part about it actually is I land about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon local time, and then it's like a 3 or 4 hour drive and need to stop over and stuff like that. But the reason I'll be at the hotel so late, like at 11 p.m, is because Moskish from the Clacky Keeps crew is also flying in for the event. He's flying in on a slightly later flight than me, but then he's going to jump in my rental car and take the trip down to Novel Keys HQ with me. So yeah, that is really good fun. So I'm looking forward to that. You wish you were there? Yeah. How does the JO2, JO1, and JO3 compare in terms of sound? We'll have some sound tests up when they go into stock, but they're all very similar. So they have the same kind of fundamental insides. So the way that they're actually gasketed and the way the acoustic cavity works means that they all sound broadly similar. Now we've built them different switches. The JO1 sounds like the original JO1, tasty. Which is fantastic. Alex Osos, thank you so much for the raid. 286 people just joined. Thank you so much for that. I was literally just talking about you, Alex Osos, just a few minutes ago, because we were talking about if I ever brought Top Clack back, who would I like to host it with me? And you and Black Simon were kind of like I think we'd make a good three amigos. You for the wholesomeness, the kind of calming influence, Simon for the hot takes and the drama, and me from the kind of industry kind of viewpoint to just kind of overarch all. I thought it'd be quite fun. So yeah, I hope you're interested in that. Maybe we should have a chat. Maybe we should. Incredible. So yeah, so we'll have some sound tests up of the JO1, JO2, and JO3 when the JO1 final edition and JO3 pre-orders finally go up, which should be towards next few months, next couple of months. Redeem coffee check. Yeah, this is Typist Brew, my own coffee company. Sorry, not Typist Brew, it's Jay's Roastery, my own coffee company. We'll talk about that in just a minute as well. So thank you very much again for Alex Sotos. Big shout out to Alex for the raid, and welcome everyone who's here. We are going to be building a Cycle 8 today, and if we hit the subs goal, we'll also be giving away some free GMK sets, which Mr. Gimp has just done. Mr. Gimp, thank you so much for the subscription. That takes us to 218, just 12 away from the total subs needed to give away some free GMK today. Nebulent's here as well. It would be a sin not to have Huey or Brian, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, like, I'd love to have Brian back. Last time I talked, like, he just wasn't in a place to want to do something. But yeah, I'd love to do it. Shout out Alex Soto today as well. Incredible. What Desma is that? Love the marble pattern. This is actually the Liquid Blanche Desma. It's in stock at the moment on the website. Let me show you. If we just search for liquid, help if I spelled it right. There we go. Liquid Polarity Desmat. That's this one here, the Liquid Blanche. That's the Desmat. I have it upside down. I prefer the darker swirls at the bottom, but yeah, that's the Desmat. So anyway, this is a good segue to look onto the website just to give you kind of guys an update on PT news and stuff like that. The Cycle 8 is still in group buy. This is the colour board we're going to be building today, the red one. So if you're interested in that, please do check it out. Latest stock drops are now visible at the top of every page as well, or the top of the home page. And we've kind of started to change how the website works in the background, so you can take a look at in-stock stuff as well. Just to call out again as well, if you are interested in the panels or the Heine Beige pre-orders, they will arrive at PT in the next week or so. So if you want to take advantage of the discounted price on pre-order, they'll be more expensive when they're in stock in a week or so's time. Now's the time to jump in. Someone asked about the coffee earlier on. That is Jay's Roastery. This is my own coffee company. You're welcome to take a look at this if you are interested. Currently, I'm drinking the Classics blend, which is this one here. So as you can see, this is medium dark roast with smooth caramel and dark cocoa chocolate tasting notes. We also have some brewing notes on here as well, if you're espresso or pour over or whatever kind of recipe you'd like to use as well. So that's Jay's Roastery. And that's PT News. So I hope you find that useful. Let's just catch up with chat. Are those baby Nixie tubes? Yeah, this is the Nixie Keep. This is a project between myself, Josh, and Tom. Josh is our in-house PT designer. This is Project Nixie. It has a fully working Nixie clock embedded into the keyboard. So this is our own house design. It has raw brass accents on the side around the clock and then on the back for the clock controls as well. It uses an integrated cable, no USB-C, because we need power for the clock and for the keyboard. Fully QMK compatible, custom PCBs in here as well. The F row is on a slight slant as well, so you can read the clock when it's on your desk. There's kind of like a divot in here. There's two PCBs, one at this angle and then one at this angle. And the key set is a custom, one-of-a-kind key set made by Keymax just for me, which uses his own custom sculpt, all handmade individual keys with convex instead of concave keycaps for the bottom row as well, which is really cool. So the clock's fully working. That's the correct time here in the UK right now, 22 minutes past 8, 2022. So yeah, that's the keyboard that we've got in use today. So yeah, they are full-fledged Nixie tubes. They're not even baby Nixie tubes. They're full-fledged Nixie tubes. I do have a Nixie tube clock behind me as well, which you might see, which uses slightly larger iron 14 tubes. These are iron 12s, I think. So yeah, the rough texture on the desk mat is so nice. I like a rough texture desk mat. They feel really good. So is that AI art? Yeah, so Jay's Roastery is currently using AI art, but if you load up the website, you will see that it's very much in beta access at the moment, alpha access. There's a little to-do list of changes coming soon. New artwork imagery for logos and packaging, moving away from the AI stuff. Details on how we're 100% sustainable, international shipping stop, and stuff like that. Currently, the coffee company is designed to service coffee shops here in the UK, and we sell mainly wholesale coffee. But the idea was, because people like Typists Brew when we did that last year, that I just wanted to have something really quick and dirty set up as a website so that people could actually buy the coffee if they were interested in it, because quite a few people have expressed interest, and we've actually had quite a lot of sales through this website so far. But it's kind of like all very much in its infancy. The rest of the roast story kind of piece, such as the book club and everything else, is kind of all still in the works, and of course all of the artwork will be redesigned and everything else, the logo will be changed and stuff like that. It's very much just a quick and dirty alpha access so people can buy the coffee and get it on hand, because it's being roasted every day. We're roasting the coffee every day to send out to the coffee shops that use our coffee beans. So yeah, that's the plan. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Keymax, yeah, it's the Keymax keycaps. So I have a few Keymax keyboards. I've got 2 of them. Can your cam zoom? Yeah, of course you can. It's a manual zoom, but we can zoom it.
Incredible.
There you go. So you can see a little bit better. You can see it's got the word Nixie here as well. So yeah, completely. The cool thing about this is a completely screwless design, and it uses a French cleat to hold the case together, which is kind of cool and kind of unusual. So yeah, so Nebula, just to confirm about the AIR, it's purely just to get the coffee able to be bought, and it'll all be changed in the future. So yeah, otherwise we'll just have coffee going to waste that we're making for people to buy on the website that's just not getting used. So yeah, you appreciate my key cup organization in the back. Yeah, I kind of have. So hold on, I can probably span the camera around a little bit. I have a healthy collection of keycaps. So, oh, wrong way. If I pan the camera around, you'll see. Yeah, that's a lot of keycaps, as you can tell. So yeah, you can also see the back of my monitor that way if I do it there. There we go. Back in. So yeah, such a pretty board. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. How come F10 instead of F12? Wait, on the Nixie. because there's only 10 keys. There's 5 on either side of the clock. So it goes F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10. Do I use Prusa XL as keycap storage? The Prusa XL is used as a printer. It just happens to have keycaps and other stuff on it at the moment, just to get them out of the way. But yeah, healthy. Yeah, I've got something like well, I've started to try and sell off some of my personal collection recently, but I have somewhere in the region of just under 400 boards now, and probably a similar number of key sets. I don't have an exact number, but yeah. Are you using new Nixies on the Nixie? No. So the keys, the switches on the keyboard, on this itself, these are vintage Nixie switches, harvested from a Nixdorf board. So yeah, they're ancient switches, and I wouldn't have been able to put anything else in it personally. So I don't know what. There's only 3 of these ever going to be made as well. This is not a board that's ever going to make it to production because it'd just be too expensive. And the clock parts are not cheap, and there's custom PCBs in here to get the clock to work with the keyboard, and it's a whole thing. So it's likely that we're only going to have like the 3 of them that are made, and Josh and Tom will get theirs next week. I think we're going to ship them out on Monday, because I only finished building this on Thursday finally and get it all correct. So yeah, so it does have vintage Nixie switches in. Does this one? I'm not sure what Josh and Tom plan on putting in theirs, but we'll see when they get theirs, or what keycaps they're planning on using either, because these keycaps don't exist anywhere else. This is the only set of these. It's a one of one set. So yeah, we'll see what they do. Healthy, yeah, healthy. A lot of keycaps indeed. Do you have GMK Hydro? I do, yeah. Is that DCS Windbreaker as a keycap option for today? Yeah, so I have some keycap options for today. Windbreaker is one of them. So yeah. Do you keep the GMK packaging? Mine are all stored in the original packaging, but yeah, it takes up a lot of space. So Cyberclass, I did used to store all of my keycaps in the original packaging. The problem is that when GMK changed away from the plastic old school trays in 2017, 2018, whatever it was, like 5 years ago now, 6 years ago, the new ones never quite stacked properly, and because of the starch buildup of them, like it only takes like a humid month, and they kind of decompose a little bit, and they're not great. So I kind of just gave up on that. I still have all of the band rolls, all of the actual outsides of the boxes, but I don't have the internal parts of them. And one day I kind of want to make like a big wall collage art for here at PT, using all of those boxes. It's kind of like a thing that we might get to at some point, but yeah, I would like to do that. Maximum Nixium, yeah, absolutely. How do you keep other things organized like switches? So I can show keyboards. Switches I'll talk about in a second. My personal collection of keyboards are in these drawers, and these are full, as you can see. All of these drawers are just full of keyboards. I could keep going on, but switches I store in bags, and I have another set of drawers at the far side of the room here, and all of them are in drawers, but they're all labelled. So the tubs we actually use for the keycaps are like this, and they're all labelled as well, so you can see exactly what's in them. That's the way we're rolling. Got to keep it nice and simple. So yeah, I mean those caps cost more than many boards put together. Yeah, I think just in GMK alone there's 270-ish sets, I think. Plus then I've got some stuff from other manufacturers as well, like Keycobo and Keyreative and stuff like that. All in all, I'd guess I've got around 400 key sets. Not all of them are here. So yeah, I don't know what that's worth these days, but I do like to keep things like organized as best as possible. What's the mechanism of the clock? LED screens or cooler than that? No, it uses actual Nixie tubes. So these are tubes, and what you can see is, if you can see, well, it was difficult then, but when it goes back to the seconds and it's just showing the seconds instead of the clock time, there are inside each tube there, you can see like the 2 is recessed, but the 3 is quite near the top. And I don't know if you can see how it's going up and down,
Incredible.
but effectively what there is there are 10 different filaments in here. You've got 0 through to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there is each different filament. Each one is a different filament, so each number is a different filament. Like if you think of an old incandescent light bulb, the filament is what gives off the light. So each kind of layer is a different number. And depending on the voltage and current you put through it, a different number highlights. So basically you have a regulator that changes the voltage and the output of the clock, which is specific to the 4 characters you've got included there. So that's kind of how it works. They are vintage Russian technology. They were all manufactured in the 70s. These are out of, you can kind of see there, like you can see like a 6 and a 7 hidden. That's kind of like just how they work. So it's just, they're all stacked on top of each other, quite close together, but not quite touching. So yeah, so these were manufactured in the 60s and 70s. They've been out of production for many, many years now. But kind of Nixie tubes are a huge thing that I've always loved and wanted to do stuff with.
Incredible.
I've got a few different things with Nixie tubes in, such as the keyboard, the clock, and then I've got a cool counter as well. So, you ever stood outside a nightclub and they've been counting the number of people that go in? This is an old phone rotary dial that adds up. So you see, it's get one. If I dial 2, it adds 2 onto it. So 41, 42, 43, 143. If I add 4 on, it'll go to 47. So you can use this as like a rotary counter. It also has kind of like games and stuff like that you can play inside of it. So yeah, I like Nixie tubes are just cool as hell. You can see there all of the different layers of filaments that are inside them. So kind of like I've got a big thing for them, and so did Tom and Josh, who were working with me on the project as well. So let's just zoom the camera back out so we can build the keyboard shortly. So yeah, how expensive? Only the clock part. The clock part alone, so you can buy clock kits for like a couple of $100, couple of £100, but because we had to make custom mounting hardware, custom PCBs, instead of using the PCBs that came with the clock, we had to make custom ones. It's not cheap, and of course all of the PCBs in there, including for the keyboard, are custom, and then the case, the housing, the brass parts, the milling, and everything else. You know, I wouldn't want to put a number on it. I couldn't tell you what I paid for this keyboard. I mean, I know that the key set alone, the Keymax key set alone, was €1,800, so about $2,000 just for the key caps alone. So yeah. Well, right, if we don't see a Cycle8 with Windbreaker, well, you'll have to vote for it. You'll have to vote for it. Does that board have a Nixie clock in it? Yeah. I still have a stash of like 50 OG GMK trays. Took them from people that didn't want them. Best decision ever. All my sets are in them and stacked so nicely. Yeah, I do miss those ones, I do. But they're not particularly very, very good. That's probably what I'd keep if I moved to boxes. The artwork and the sleeves are worth keeping in a lot of cases. Yeah, some of them are really nice. Good file usage. I would totally do that if I had room. Yeah, these are A0 in size. So if you've ever looked at paper sizes, these are designed for kind of like architectural drawings and things like that. It's made by a company called Bisley, B-I-S-L-E-Y. And if you look at paper sizes like A4, A5, these are A0 in size. So they're really big. They're really big. Also called a plan chest, architect's cabinets, that kind of stuff. But it is like a cabinet for blueprints, yeah. Where do you buy your keycap boxes? So there is a company in the UK that makes them, but you have to buy them in bundles of 1,000. So I bought 1,000, and as you can see, I've used most of them already. So yeah, I can't remember the exact name of the manufacturer, but it worked out about 50p a box when I did it, so about 75 cents a box. Like that. Thanks for explaining the clock. No worries, no worries. Russian? Yeah, I know there are connotations with Russia at the moment, but there is. Before 7-segment displays were invented. If you ever watch Technology Connections on YouTube, he kind of does a thing about 7-segment displays and kind of like the history of what kind of led up to them. And Nixie tubes, before the invention of 7-segment displays, were kind of like Russia's take on that, and they're just a very cool vintage tech. The counter's cool. Yeah, you should have used it to count people at the meetup. It's just a little bit slow. That's the problem. Like as you dial, like if you say, oh, there's 9 people in this group, and you put 9 on there, like it just takes time, right? It just takes time. It's not quick. It's just fun and silly, and there's other things you can do with it. Like you'll see on here, there's like different things that you can do. You can play golf, so you can keep track of your golf score. You can do history. You can do counting. You can do months and check the voltage of the battery and stuff like that. It's just quite a cool thing. I've loved Nixie tube clocks since I first saw them in Steins Gate. Such cool tech. Yeah. How's the cable managing both the USB and the Nixie clock? Sounds complicated. Yeah, so Tokas made the cables for us. Effectively, there's 12-volt DC power coming in, and then also the standard USB cable, so it's a little bit thicker than normal. And then it splits into 2 adapters, one which we then run through a 12-volt USB DC adapter, which plugs into the back of the PC, and then the standard USB port for the standard keyboard function, which plugs into the back of the PC. So it's all powered from the PC tower, but it does mean that the cable has to split in two so we can control it correctly. But it's all in a single cable. So yeah. Just noticed the watch display in the back as well. I can see your man of taste. Yeah, I like to collect things, watches as well. So there's another box of watches just here as well. Watches are something that's a huge thing for me to collect. What do you mean by banderoles? The banderoles are kind of like the packaging on GMK. Do we have a GMK set to hand? Yes. So this kind of like this actual box here would be the banderole. The reason it's called a banderole and not a box is because originally the ends weren't sealed, and originally the plastic cases and then the potato starch cases would just slide in and out, and this was just a banderole around 4 sides. So it's still called a banderole even though it's now a box, but you get the point. It was a banderole originally. So yeah. What do you think of Peacock Cycle8 paired with GMK Norse? Sounds like a great idea. I just recently bought 20 new flat files for work. If you want them in the States, just get them from Uline. Yeah, I like the Bisley ones because they have like soft close and stuff like that. They're really nice. Can you explain the clock for me? Joking. That's so neat. Thanks, man. No Persians and Russians, just made a pun on Sputnixy. Yeah, like, it's a fun thing. I know there's kind of like connotations about supporting Russia and stuff like that. This is all vintage tech. Obviously it's not the Russian people's fault, it's just the leadership's fault, blah blah blah. I'm not going to talk about politics here, but I've always wanted to do something with Nixie clocks, like always. Like, it's taken like a year and a half from like the actual start of the idea to the full-fledged keyboard being, you know, produced on my desk. So yeah. The containers in the background, are these. You can't buy them unless you buy them industrially. You need to buy them in industrial quantities of 1,000. So like, if someone really wants, I can dig out the manufacturer's name, but you kind of like, you'd have to look at it. Artechimus, I'm going to go with that. Thank you so much for the 5 subs, dude. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And welcome to the new members of the SPC. If you are a sub, don't forget that does mean you're part of the SPC. That's our Twitch subscribers club, and you can join the Discord down below. And if you go and look on the Discord and you hook in the back end of Discord your Twitch and Discord accounts, you'll get access to some super secret special channels, which also get some super secret special discounts on the website as well from time to time. So definitely take a look at that. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of things. Talked about Project Nixie. Talked about PT stuff coming up. Talked about my trip to Novel Keys next week. Oh, if any of the Alex Sotos followers are going to the Novel Keys meetup, please do come say hi. I'll have Project Nixie here with me, and some of the keyboards as well. So yeah, I'll be there to do that. It's going to be a long trip, but I'm looking forward to it, from the UK to the US. But yeah, it'd be good. My 9th time in the US, I think. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, they're not really useful boxes, but that's a different brand, but they're very similar. And really useful boxes are pretty good. They're probably worthwhile looking at. Unfortunately, like, I bought these originally planning to stock them on the store, but because they don't sit inside each other, you can't stack them neatly. You can only stack them, even when empty, you can only stack them like this. You can't stack them inside each other.
Incredible. Kind
of like, they just become a nightmare for shipping, and like, just to ship these 3, you'd have to do it by UPS because Royal Mail doesn't have like an option big enough for all 3, so it's just difficult. So yeah. I will be in DC on the Monday, Nebulent. Yeah, I plan to get to DC for about 8 AM on the Monday morning, and hang around there until about 4 o'clock when I have to go back to the airport. So yeah, if you'll be around, we can definitely hang out. Cool. Okay, next thing to talk about then is discounts on the store. So during the stream, I always give you guys watching a discount on the store. So hit the wrong button. So if there's anything on the website that you're kind of interested in getting a discount on, anything that's in stock, we can give some discount codes. So this is everything that's in stock. I was thinking today that we might do 25% off any in-stock keyboard if you order it while the stream's live. So what I'm going to do is create a discount now for you guys, and I'll put a code in chat in just 1 second. this will be 25% off any in-stock keyboard. Under a specific link, and I'll give you that link in a second. Have to buy one item. Anyone's eligible. And it's eligible to the first 50 people to use it today. And that will finish when the stream finishes. So about 2 or 3 hours time, that's when that will end. So the code is StreamKeys25. And I'll get a link for that as well. I'll drop that into chat. Okay. And then there's a link that'll apply the discount for you automatically there as well. So 25% off anything in-stock keyboards. So basically, if we go to any in-stock keyboards, you can get 25% off anything on here, unless it's already on sale. So if it already says it's on sale, it won't work on those items, but it will work on anything else. So yeah, you can get any in-stock keyboard 25% off. Only while the stream's live as well, guys. So take a look, get your orders in. Just keyboards, not keycaps today. We might do keycaps next week. I think we did keycaps last week at 15% off, and we did keycaps a couple of weeks ago at buy 2 get 1 free. So we do different things, but every single week we have a stream. We do something different for it. So take a look and see what you like. Thank you so much to Cryo for the Prime subscription. Thoroughly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah. Seems to be working on the JO2s. Will it fail on checkout? If it does work on them, those orders will be cancelled. Like if it says on sale and you try and use the code against something that's on sale, we'll just cancel it when we get to it anyway. So don't use it if it says on sale. I'm telling you now. It's only for you guys watching, so only you guys know about this. So I'm already telling you guys, if it says it's on sale, don't use the code on there because they're already discounted enough already. Like we've got 30% off the JO2 already anyway. So you know. That's a big enough discount. Another 25% would be ridiculous. So if anyone does it on anything that's already on sale, we've already got 20% off the cyberboard. So yeah, so if you do it on anything that's already on sale, we'll just cancel the order. But anything that's not on sale, you can absolutely go for it. That's in stock. So Cat 65, Navi 60, QK 65 V2, the Relic 80, the Pedal 60, the Oceanographers, the Evo 70R2, the Ellipse keyboard kits, the KL90, whatever you want, you can get 25% off. So there you go. Will you have a Float 65 to demo on stream? Yeah, I'm expecting to get the it's actually going to be the same one that Alex Otos builds in a couple of weeks' time. He has one on the way to him soon, I think, from Space Cables. Then it's going to get desoldered and shipped to me, and then we'll be doing a build as well with the same case. So I think that's what's happening. So yeah, we will have that. Barium, there were more QK65s, but people have bought them. That's how this works. Things are for sale, people buy them, and then they go out of stock. That's just how it works, I'm afraid, man. There were more QK65s. Unfortunately, people have bought them, and now there aren't as many left over. So, yeah. Yeah. I can't just have an unlimited amount of stock, unfortunately. We don't have the funding for that. I wish we did. If I was on the other side of a house purchase, I need to be sensible right now. Yeah, me and the missus are looking at buying a house at the moment, moving from where we are currently and selling it and then buying another one. So we'll see how that goes. You know, you have an inner LOC private tour. That'd be awesome, dude. That'd be awesome. Spicy discount? Yeah. Accountant has a heart attack. Dude, my accountant hates me so much. Like, I'm sure he actually physically wants to slap me. I'm pretty sure that if he could, without any issue, he would absolutely slap me when he comes to the workshop, because he sees what we do sometimes and he's like, why have you given that away for that price? Like, it cost you more to buy it than it did to sell it at that price. It's like, yeah, but that's the right thing for the community. That's what the community wanted. That's what we did for the community. And he's like, Jay, that's not how business works. You need to make money. If you don't make money, the business won't exist. It's like, yeah, but we need to do things right for the community. He's like, okay, great. Why are you giving away GMK sets every week? They cost you like 90 euros to buy in each time. I'm like, well, because people subscribe, and it's only great to kind of like feedback to that. Like, look, we're at 227 out of 230 subs. If we hit the 230, we'll give away some GMK sets. That's just how it is. So yeah. Man, if there was a Reflection Hotspot PCB in stock, there was. It's sold out. People have bought them. Like, just need to be quicker, guys. Just need to be quicker. TKO from the accountant. Yeah, something like that. something like that. He has actually bought a keyboard from me, so he is in the hobby, and his son does watch these streams. So I learned this a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Blackbrook, thank you so much for 26 months of subs, dude. That's kind of crazy. 26 months of subs. One more month, and you could have had 3 PT babies in that time. Which is kind of like the weirdest flex ever. Cool. Discount doesn't apply to Argyle, does it not? Does it not? Let me have a look. Let's fix that. It should apply to Argyle. I will fix that right now for you. Let me have a look. In stock Argyle keyboard kit. Okay, do a hard refresh and it will work on the Argyle. Do a hard refresh and it will be working on the Argyle, and you'll be able to pick one up at 25% off, which is a huge discount. Yeah, hold on. Let me do a refresh and make sure Argyle now shows in there. In stock keyboards. Where's keyboards? There it is. How does it appear on the page? Huh, why is it not showing there? In stock keyboards, is Argyle in the list? Oh, I see why. I know why. It will work in a second. I need to change one more thing. This is so what happened a couple of weeks ago is I decided to rewrite how the whole tagging system works. Wait, what do I need to do that as? Keyboard kit. Okay. So I decided to rewrite the whole engine for it. So I started to code the new engine, and I forgot that I hadn't done it for this particular product yet. Okay. Now it will work. He says, anxiously checking to make sure that what he's done has actually worked. Right, in stock keyboards. Boom. Right. Is Argyle in the list? Okay, why is it not showing? That should be now showing. Yeah, okay, it's now working. It will now work. Yeah, it will now work. So what I decided to do is rewrite the whole engine and how tagging works on the prototypist website in the back end. The Shopify version isn't great, so I decided to just write my own version. And I'm halfway through, so I've written it, and I'm halfway through replicating what we used to have to what we need to give us what we need again. And then once that works, I can then start to do the new stuff with it, what I actually want to do. JMS, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. That does take us to 232 out of 230, which means we will be doing some GMK giveaways after we've completed the keyboard build. So we'll be giving away some GMK sets later on today. I couldn't resist. I had to buy a Swiss cheese. Thank you very much. You're welcome. GVB, what would you like me to show? What would you like me to show? Yeah, Dad, your client is giving away stuff again. Yeah, absolutely. Can't believe it's only 26, to be honest. Dude, it feels like I've known you forever. Can't find Argyles in the keyboard section. It should show now. It should show now. Yeah. So it's to do with the new tagging system. Because of the way I've written it, I had to manually replicate all of what we had historically into the new system. And then once that's done, I can then start to add new things in as functionality. But I have to replicate what we had first. So yeah. It's there. Yeah, thanks for the JOT discount last week. Completely in love with it. Sounds amazing. JMS, I'm so glad you like it. Your accountant will be happy about that. Show us your favourite 60 besides the JO2. Favourite 60 besides the JO2. Interesting. Let me have a look. Does it just have to be a 60? Or can it be a 65? This is where I can't remember where everything is. I'm searching for one specific keyboard. So, other than the JO2, I would probably pick this, which is the Daji from Cycle8. This would probably be what I'd pick as a 60%. That's probably what I'd pick. If 65, I would probably pick this, which isn't going to look like much, but it just has a special place in history, because this is an LZST, and this was the first ever milled polycarbonate keyboard in the hobby. This physical unit was the first one. This is the prototype of the LZST. There's only 2 of the LZST in milled polycarbonate, or from the prototyping round. I own both. This was the first one, which is really cool. So yeah, this is MT New Susu Rotary. So yeah, cool as hell keyboard. So this is from 2016, I think. So yeah, there we go. Cycle8, so pretty. Yeah, it's such a great board. Such a great board. What were the blue and orange keycaps? That was Firefly, GMK Firefly. Should the discount show on the checkout page? Seems to go back to full price after leaving the cart page. When you get to the checkout, it should apply. You just make sure you put the code in. You have to put the code in. Don't see too much MX 660 layouts anymore. Yeah. Need to be more 660 layouts one day. 660 is kind of like a niche within the keyboard community. I do have a few boards. I'm trying to think if I've got anything else to hand that has that layout. In fact, I'm sure there's another board. I'm sure there's another board that has a 660 layout that I was using the other day. Maybe it's somewhere else. I don't think it's the hand at the minute, but yeah, 660 is cool. Almost all of the 660 boards I see nowadays are Topro. Heavy 6 and Clue board are my only ones, but the layout is at the top of my list for a new design. Yeah, 660 is kind of iconic, and it's kind of not done anymore. I think just because of how different it looks. So Icky Aurora's layout is more popular. Well, that's just the standard 65%, isn't it? The Icky Aurora. Hold on, let me remind myself. I don't think Icky Aurora came out with any new particular. Oh, it had the 4 keys in the top corner, right? Hold on. The images are not loading on the website. I'm loading up the website, and the images are not loading. Hold on, let me show you. This is what I'm staring at right now. The images are just not loading. I think it has the 4 keys in the top corner, right? Yeah. Okay, 4 keys and arrows. It's kind of different. This kind of design had been around for a while. I don't think this was the first board to do it, but I don't think this is any more popular these days. I think if people are going to do this, they just go for a wing keyless TKL now. So like Cycle8, that kind of thing. That seems to be much more popular. So, or they go for a 65%. Those are the two. Like these kind of 660 and this kind of layout in between, they're not as popular as they used to be. I would even make just a one-off. Don't care, I need it to happen. Do it, dude. Make a one-off. Where's your blackout derivative? So that is with Josh. So I don't know if Josh is watching today, but he wanted it, so I gave it to him. So I did have a blackout derivative, and I gave it away. So yeah, FRL TKL seems to take over from Mickey. 100% it does. Yeah, 100%. This is what the Show Me Redeem is for. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't show what I don't have anymore. That's the downside, right? Like, Anonymous Biker, what do you want me to show you? You've got to tell me what you want me to show you. So yeah, so the Josh wanted the blackout derivative. So when I sent him a JO2, which is probably about 6 months ago now when they came into stock, I sent him the blackout derivative as well. Favorite 65%? JO1. JO1, the new JO1. But I'm assuming you don't want to know about it because that's that's 65% with an XT column. 65%. I'm trying to think of one. I don't really use 65%. We do have the lodestone prototype. This is pretty cool. This is the lodestone prototype. This is magnetically levitating in there. That's all. Wait, how can I show you? That's all resting on the force of magnets in the case. That's the lodestone prototype. Oh, one of them. I can't remember what the other one is. What else do I have? I don't think I have any of the 65% here right now. I don't think I have any of the 65%. The other issue as well is like a lot of my personal keyboards are for sale right now, so they're kind of not here anymore. But this cabinet over here, this one down here, that's full of keyboards all the way across, and there's some over there on the shelf that need to be built, and there's some next to me that I need to document. So I don't know. Yeah, I still have to layer WinKey if I got a WinKey list. There's a lot of shortcuts I used anyway. Put on caps lock. So on here. This is my Windows key. That's Windows. So like if I want to lock the PC, it's Windows and L. There you go. There you go. Would you ever consider doing an R2 of GMK Midnight Rainbow? Yeah, I've been speaking to Mike at Novel Keys about it recently, and I'm going to discuss it when I'm over there this week with him. So I will make it happen. It will happen probably this year. I think we want to do it in stock rather than anything else. We decided not to go on manufacture with lodestone. Yeah, I've not spoken to Flex in probably 2 years. So as far as I'm concerned right now, the project's dead. They're for sale. Yeah, so if you want an SPC sub, if you're a Twitch sub, then you can go into Discord, and there is a channel that Twitch subs can see, which has some of my personal collection of keyboards for sale, about 60, 70 boards, something like that. I can't remember exactly. In fact, I could probably show you. Let me have a look. Nope, I don't want that. Come on. So yeah, so this is the current list of stuff that I have for sale. This is not a finalized list. Like loads of SPC members have just gone and jumped in this. You can see them at the top there. Like, this isn't like a finalized list. This is just what I've got available at the minute. Some stuff has been sold already, such as the Fatboy and the Bebox 60 Mars Tianwen 1 version and the IDB Ergo, but a lot of stuff is still available. So this is only available to Twitch subs right now, so if you're a Twitch sub, you can go and have a look at this at your own kind of leisure and maybe make an offer. And there's a form to fill out as well if you do want to make an offer. But effectively, it's kind of got information, the link to the stream where I built it, kind of like the price that I'm looking for roughly to get for it. You don't have to abide by these numbers. You can make an offer less than these numbers, but it's kind of like, that's kind of what I would like to get out of the board, and we'll see. The main thing for me is just to get things to a good home. You can see a few things have sold. They've all been shipped out. There's a lot of stuff on here. A Delta 65, Sagittarius, K65 prototype, a UK 78, an E6.5. We sold off a Rama board for less than £100 because it's a Rama board. There's an Ocelot macro pad. I think that's spoken for though now. We sold Dollis. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff on here. So yeah. Yeah. Please show the people a sell form to reduce the odds I buy something after payday. Well, it's only Twitch subs at the moment, but it will become available just to the general public probably just before I go to the US around Wednesday of this week. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Have you decided not to go? I talked about that. So hyped. It's a Grail set for me. 100%. Yeah. There's 100%. There's going to be around 2K Midnight Rainbow. Less than 60 boards now. Yeah, something like that. I think it'll probably tip over 100 if I get what I want to do this week. I have a ton of vintage boards that I want to go through, and a lot of those are going to get listed. I have another dozen or so boards to one side that I want to sell, and then the rest I think I'm going to keep for now. So yeah, because I still have a lot at home. So yeah, I got my Midnight Rainbow set from a now gone vendor. No comment. That Seymour is still calling me. Dude, the Seymour is so cool. It's stupid heavy, but it's so cool. Thanks for sharing, Jay. You're welcome. Sorry I missed it. Where do you sell your secondhand boards? So this is just my personal collection that I've outgrown. I have like over 400 keyboards. I just wanted to sell some of them. So yeah, they're only available to Twitch subscribers, and only those Twitch subscribers that are on the Discord server and have linked their Discord account with Twitch, which you can do in the Discord settings, and that gives you access to a super secret club called the SPC. And then SPC members have access to this list and can make offers. It will be open to the public probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, just before I go away. So yeah. What's been the hardest one to list? Probably the Rama Thermal. I know it's a Wilbur board, but like there's so many. I have to be so careful with what I say about Rama at the moment because of legal reasons. But that it's not that I dislike the board. I just don't want it around me because of how I feel about Rama and the amount of capital Rama still owes me. That's, in fact, fun fact. I'm gonna get shot in the foot for saying this. This is probably gonna backfire on me for telling you guys this. I cancelled about, well, hundreds of orders for Rama products a couple of weeks ago that was still outstanding, and it cost me thousands of dollars to refund these orders. So this is product that I've paid Rama for sometimes in some cases 3 years ago, right? Okay. And Rama has not shipped them to me, so I just refunded the customers because it's not fair on them to wait anymore. So I've given the customer their money back. The customer as a whole, I've paid Rama for this tons and tons and tons of stock. Never got it. I got a very interesting email over the weekend from a factory who makes products for Rama, informing me that Rama had not paid him for production of certain parts, and would I like to buy them off at cost. So this is me buying my own stock again, but by circumventing Rama and going straight to the manufacturer. So that's don't do it, Jay. Yeah, too late. Done. Don't say anything. Stop. Unspill the tea. Well, I don't know. Not spilled too much, but I've spilled a little bit. Yeah. Any plans to stock mode stuff again in the future? Yeah. We've currently got the next round of mode products on the way to us right now. They should arrive pretty soon. We've got some of the parts here already, and yeah, we'll work with mode as much as they want to work with us. Yeah. So, yeah. Juicy tea. Wilbur did say just before the Thermal 2nd edition shipped, he plans to make a new Thermal. Dude, I love Wilbur. Wilbur's so cool. He's a really nice guy. He's been helpful to me in the past, and it's not his fault that I look at a Rama product and I just feel pain and suffering inside. It absolutely is not his fault at all. 100% not. So I don't want. Please don't think it's the Rama. Please don't think it's the thermal issue or a Wilbur issue. It's not. It's purely the fact that it's got the Rama name on it. That's what just. It's one of those. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. Bear that in mind. So we'll see. We'll see.
Tasty, tasty.
Saberclass, thank you so much for the 2 months of subs. Forgot I had this Prime thing later. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. I also have a thermal that I feel really discouraged by solely because of Rama, so I get it. Yeah, like, so I just put it up for sale for £95. I think it cost me $400 or something like that, but I just sold it for next to nothing because I was just really struggling to even look at it. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, so I have a very interesting email to reply to tomorrow, which is Rabbit's Manufacturer.
Tasty, tasty.
Miss Pokemon Kid, thank you so much for 18 months of subs. That is 2 PT babies. Congratulations. Evening Jay, happy Sunday. It is. Okay, right. We've talked enough about keyboards and drama and stuff for sale on my personal collection. Let's take a look at what's going on in the world of keyboards, and let's do like a little mini review of what's going on in IC land in Geekhack, because I have not done this. I usually do before the stream every week. What I do is I spend like half an hour, 30 minutes just going through seeing what's going on in Geekhack IC land, and quite often there's some cool stuff, quite often there's not, but it's just nice to take a look. So I thought we'd have a look at a few things here. So first off, we've got the ASCII F65TK. So I assume this is a 65TK plateless and top mount board. I like the logo, that's looking pretty cool. Scuff feet by the looks of it as well. We picked up a Weiss ASCII off Craigslist. It reminded me of a keyboard layout I designed a few years ago. A full 65% keyboard with a complete numpad. Numpad as well, that includes arrow keys, navigation cluster, page up, page down, and a 2U0 key in the numpad. Taking design cues from some of my favourite keyboards, I kept the bezel quite thin and the overall profile simple and slim. The plateless top mount provides a bouncy typing experience without being flexible. If soldering plateless is a daunting task for you, we'll have hot options available for hot swap PCB and plates. Hot swap top mount plate mount. Don't like the idea of that, but soldering is good. Oh shit, look at that layout. Arrows. 65% arrows, yeah. Full numpad. ISO. Split left. Step caps. Interesting. I quite like this. Especially with that 7U bottom row. Can you do 7U? Oh, you can do 7U and arrows as well, which is quite cool. 7U and arrows, yeah, okay. Okay, this is pretty cool. Hot swap PCB is just ANSI standard, okay. Interesting. Has this already got some vendors? Yeah, some. Interesting. $250. $450 if you want a brass. $500 if you want copper. Oh, look how good it looks with the wrist rest. That is slick. Okay. Can you imagine this as an Alps build? Okay. I can feel my wallet getting slightly less thick looking at this. Oh dude, look at that. I prefer it in the white, but this is an Alps build. A bit boring from the rear. I do like the layout. It doesn't look as good without the wrist rest. It needs the wrist rest there. Like, where's the rest of the pictures with the wrist rest? That.
Incredible.
65 numpad feels weird. I don't know, man. I think it works. Like, I think that works. It's just like it's a weird 96 key layout, right? It's just like a weird 96 key. That's what it is. I think it works. Yeah, it works for me. It'd be nice if the arrows were exploded, actually. If the arrows were exploded out a little bit and you got rid of this end key and just exploded the arrows out, that'd probably be a little bit nicer. But you lose the 2U0 then as well. I quite like it. $250 for the Alu version as well. That's almost like a must buy. How much is the wrist rest? $300 including the wrist rest. $300, but Alu instead of brass with Alps and some symbolics keycaps. Not symbolics. What am I thinking of? Silicon Graphics keycaps. I dig it. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we've got. June 65. %65% with 0.75U blockers. Yeah. Uses a Windows background. Windows desktop background as inspiration. Interesting. Oh, cool. That's cool, though. That's the nice detail. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I like the wave design here. That's kind of cool. The way the brass peeks through. Yeah. From the top, it didn't look much, but I like that design. That's cool. I'm not sure about the 0.75U blockers. I've never really liked that, even on 75% and things where we've had it before. Things like what's done it? I can't even think of boards that have done it, like the Bauer stuff. Yeah. I mean, I do like the side design. Like, why have they got these renders from the top when the design on the side is what you're trying to show off, right? Show the sides off. Yeah, I do like it. That side profile is quite cool. I do find it absolutely hilarious that they've picked a Windows, or what looks like a Windows desktop background as inspiration. But that's pretty cool. I like it. It looks like it doesn't quite fit here. Can you see there? There's like a gap in the prototype. It looks like it's not quite milled correctly. Hopefully that'll be fixed. Can't see it from this angle, but you can see it there. It looks like it's not quite milled correctly. It's a Mac stock wallpaper. Close enough. Interesting. And Mushik, I've been paid. Yeah, we were just talking about the ASCII F. We were talking about this. This is cool. The wrist rest with the thing is cool. The layout's a bit weird, but it's usable, functional. That's really cool. I'd sell the shit out of this. Yeah, I like it. Like it a lot. If you need a UK vendor, I'm your man. Yeah, that's cool. Like, get that infilled. Yeah. An Alps build on that would be really cool. Okay. Constance, an F13 TKL. Oh, I've seen this. I know this. Yeah, this is chef's kiss. This is where design gets good. This is just, you know, Toblerone style weight, long feet. Look at this base. This is, you know, this is something, right? The way that the weight curves into the base, and you've got the thicker kind of view here, and kind of like this, kind of almost like a chevron design, but it's like mirrored between the points. The only thing I don't like is the logo there. I get it. I get why it's there. I understand it. That's just a personal thing. This though is sides. Look how slender it gets here. Look at that. That curve is nice. Yeah, I like this. This is cool. Super, super cool. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. And Enomushiki? I don't know. But yeah, I like your keyboard, man. It looks cool. This is cool. Look at it in the purple. Purple and brass, that's what you need. Jim K. Regal? Yeah, purple and brass. Oh shit, look at that. The red-brown with Cladni. That's a combination. That's a color combination right there. That is a color combination right there. That's like... This is one of those colorways where you look and you just go, damn, that's good. I never bought Cladni. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, I might grab it from Novel Keys when I visit next week. But yeah. Oh, prototype pics. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can't really see the line here as much on the prototypes as you can. It's probably just a lighting issue. Oh, it looks really good here though. I like it there. Yeah, it looks nice. Oh, look at that as well. That kind of curve inwards of the weight here, look. Yeah, it looes good. Ah, look, yeah, I know which factory they're using now. So as soon as I see this, it's like, yeah, I know which factory it is. That does look good though. It does look good. The patina looks really good. The whole keyboard on that patina would look good. Looks like there's a slight fitment issue here. Looks like it doesn't quite fit, but it's a prototype. Those things happen. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. That is a colorway. That is a colorway. Yeah. Well, I'm visiting Novel Keys for their meetup, so I'll absolutely ask them if I can pick up a set. Clean up on Al Gimp. Abso-freaking-lutely. If it was in black with wood accents, Amiga. Amiga. Yeah. If they have this with copper, I made the new trousers. Dude. Mr. Gimp, should we both partake and you can come here and we'll build them together? How about that? We could do like a duet together and build them. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, okay. Like that a lot. Constance. That's pretty cool. Future Funk R2. So, for GMK, as far as GMK sets go by, Future Funk is something that's slid under the radar for so many years. This is going to be biased because I'm one of the vendors for this, but this set has flown under the radar for too long. And now they're bringing it back, but with the speckled design. Hell yeah. As soon as Kemo reached out to me and Switch Keys reached out to me to talk about this, it was like, do you want to be in on this? And I was like, yeah, is a speckled design coming? And they were like, yeah. I was like, I'm in. Because it's just cool. Like, the speckle, the new GMK, like, special effects are just so good. Just so good. Light Alpha's kit as well. Yeah, look at that. Look at it. Speckle. Looks good. Boomerang there as well. Yeah, looks good. Oh, wait. Do you know what this is? This here, this is a Datsun 240Z. A stylized one. It's slightly wrong, but that's a Datsun 240Z. As you all know, I own one of those, so that means I have to buy the Desma. This isn't kind of my style. It's not the kind of thing I'd usually go for, but I'd love to have one with just the Datsun on. That'd be quite cool, considering I own one. Okay. What else have we got? I only want to look at ICs. I'm not going to look at group buys because I think that'll be a little bit unfair. The Dragon Sparrow. Let's have a look at this. Hello everyone, I am Nico from Cyberove. Today I bring you the first works from Cyberove Studio, Dragon Sparrow 98. What? Just the first thing I think about is that a flashlight? Is this a keyboard with an inbuilt flashlight? It's like that just looks like a flashlight, but like a really awkward one to use. Like you're gonna be like this, right? Like that's a workout, right? That's a workout. I'm not Googling for it. You need to Google that yourselves. That's not stream safe, but I think that's what it is, right? It's probably a bit big though, right? Probably a bit big. It needs to be a little bit smaller, right? Dude, it glows. It glows in the dark. Does it come with a silicone insert? You need to be able to see it when under the covers. Dude, I'm just worried about this sharp corner here. Like that sharp corner so close to this bit. That's an accident waiting to happen. That's a Prince Albert in the making, right? Pork Thief. I was wondering, is he saying flashlight or flashlight? The second one, dude. The second one. My video is behind and you started talking about flashlights before I got to that bit of the video. It was transparent before, you translucent after. Yeah. Better hope that's not a UV light. Does it come with lube? 205 grade 2. You get a full pound of it, right? You get one of these with it. That's what you get. You get one of these with it. Wow. Wow. You're gonna be a vendor now? 100%, yeah. 100%. Latex dispenser? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, that's just the first thing that jumps into my head. Like, that's just what it looks like, right? It's like it's a happiness tool on a keyboard, right? Do you think? See this little button here? Do you think that's like the vibrate function? Is this a vibrate function? Turn on and off. Wow. Like, I quite like as a keyboard, like taking away memes and stuff. I quite like the angular design. I've always liked that kind of stuff, like the brutalist architecture style stuff. That's pretty cool. I kind of like this groove design here. Sometimes, like when parts join and you want them to be flush, it's, you know, you try and hide them. But sometimes it's kind of cool to make them stand out. I quite like that. I don't like the text on it. That feels out of place for me. The board itself's pretty cool. I just don't know about that. Is it supposed to be like a knob, like a rotary encoder? Yeah, I'm just not sure about that. Comes with switches, that's cool. Oh, it comes in different colors. It doesn't look bad, it's just weird, right? It's just weird. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. I mean, I know this is just a standard milling thing, but given what we're talking about, this just looks wrong. I've just got that in my mind now, and that looks just wrong. Okay, let's not talk about that anymore. I don't want to talk about the Dragon Sparrow anymore. Let's look at the Chosfox JWK elastic structure stabilizer set. Okay, so I know about these. I am well aware of these. These are kind of cool. It's basically like elasticized inside, from what I understand. Self-adjusting elastic structure without tuning. Yeah, it's quite cool. I need to see how these sound. I think we've got some samples coming for this. So you can see here that this is kind of like an elastic piece, so it just kind of bends up and it stops the wire from vibrating and rattling around. And as it moves up and down, wait, where's the GIF gone? You can see here that it kind of cushions the bottom outflow. And what it'll probably do is when it comes up, it'll straighten out as well. So, yeah. Just called a light ring. You install you. Mr. Gimp, dude, you're on my wavelength today, man. You are on my wavelength. This feels like an OEM board masquerading as a custom, especially with the engraving and surface switch. It's 100% what it is. 100% what it is. PP Portal, something like that. To be fair, I know there are a fair number of stream viewers that would absolutely be dual purpose keyboard like this, don't lie. Maybe. A happiness tool. Yeah, have you not heard that before? Happiness tool? That's a J original. Hits a stab hits PCB, instant no. How are these any different than the J-Wick ones on ClickClack? I think it's the same product, just different names and slightly different manufacturers, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need to see how it bends over time, you know, how it fares over time. This actually is wrong as the GIF as well, because it goes too far down. If you look, it comes past this line here. They would never go that deep down. This wire would never go straight because it'll hit the PCB. So Q Simon yelling, meme stabs, just get cherry clip-ins with C3 wires. Yeah, like this GIF's wrong, but yeah, I mean, this should be fine. The ideal stab is no stab, right? I still stand by the fact that this could be a compliant mechanism, and it's absolutely possible to make a stabilizer that is smooth and neat and tidy and doesn't need tuning without having to do kind of like the whole Neubauer exercise and using some sort of compliant mechanism. It's absolutely possible. I kind of have half of an idea in my head. I just need at some point to get it out there. We'll see. What else have we got? I see on MW Wonderland. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I already know this. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff. It's quite cool. I like pink sets. Pink is a good thing for me. It's quite cutesy. I'm not sure on some of the novelties. I'm not quite so sure on these. But, you know, it was going to happen now. It's open source. People are going to like this. Like, this is going to be liked by a lot of people. It's a cool base kit, right? It's fine. The colors are nice. Yeah, it'll do quite well. What else have we got? Oh, we missed the S46. So this might possibly be peak 40%. This is so cool. Or 50% maybe? I don't know how you want to call it. Would they call it 46%? Is that what they call it? 40% keyboard from Sam Studio. Yeah, S46. Either way, it's cool. Locker, split space. Looks nice. Full disclosure, we're going to be a vendor for this. Yeah, it's cool. Pink. I don't need to talk anymore about that. It's fine. Yeah, I like that. Spider TKL. So, we were looking at what looked like a fleshlight earlier on. Now we're going to look at some true keyboard porn. This is something that's super cool. Like Spider. This just ticks all the boxes for me. Again, full disclosure, we're going to be a vendor for this. Brushed, patinaed brass. Yes. 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 I just really like this. This is like, it's got Theseus windbreaker on. You don't even need to say anymore, right? That's just cool. Yeah, Spider's cool. Spider is really cool. It's my kind of thing. Right, okay, last one then. Curve 60. Oh wow, I haven't seen this. This is interesting. Spider looks so good. Yeah, I think we're gonna vendor it. I'm sure Sharon was talking about it the other day. Stabies work okay. Yeah, Stabies are good. They're fine. Tightest tolerance stabs is a big mistake. So actually, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that before we talk about the Curve Zero. Tighter tolerance stabs. So this is a bit of a bone of contention with me because, like, people are saying, oh, stabilizers need tighter tolerances, but inherently by increasing the tolerances on stabilizers, you're increasing the friction. Like, if the stabilizer housing isn't particularly gripped and it can move up and down, that introduces rattle, but lubricant can take care of that. If that's tight, it increases friction. It's really easy to get sticky and stuck stabilizers. Like, the whole theme of making stabilizers with tighter tolerances is moving away from cherry spec, because they were designed to be quite loose and tolerant for different size keycaps, so you don't have to be overly prescriptive with your keycap. Your molds can have slight tolerances and the keys are still going to work. The tighter you get with them, that's why sometimes you'll get a keycap that will work on other stabilizers but won't work on something like a TX tuned AP step, because it's so tight on the tolerances that there's no movement and there's no lateral availability of space for it to work with other things. So the whole improving tolerances sounds like it's a good step forward, but sometimes things need less tolerances or looser tolerances to increase functionality. So just bear that in mind, guys, when you're buying stabilizers. Just bear that in mind when you're going to buy them. So yeah. Spudo. Jay, you going to be a vendor for the Pangea full size? I think so. Yeah, I think that rings a bell. TX and Stabies are not it anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can be good stabilizers, but just bear in mind that you're restricting how the stabilizer can move in of its housing. Like, it's the original design, the idea behind the stabilizer was that it had tolerance and movements and allowances to allow it to hide keycap imperfections, right? You start to build the tolerances into the stabilizer, and the keycaps have to be perfect as well as the stabilizers, and that's just not how keycaps are made. They're injection molded. That's an imperfect technology. So yeah, some of my DCS deadbeat keys don't work with TXMs. Yeah, because keycaps are injection molded. They're not a high tolerance product. If you machined all of your keycaps, sure, but they're not machined. So Jimmy, dude, I knew I loved you. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. When a molded silicone insert one puts inside the stab housing after building the stab help with the wire? Potentially. Historically, one of the oldest mods in the hobby, from the days of the the OTDs and all of those kind of historic keyboards, was actually cutting up foam sponges, the type that you shower with or use in your sink to wash up, and putting those in the stabilizer and acting as a silicone insert that you're talking about. So effectively what it would do is it would go around the wire and you'd pack it in there, and sometimes people would lubricate them, and that's how we started to lubricate stabilizers, because people would put shoving sponge and paper and stuff in there to reduce rattle, and then someone had the bright idea of, let's soak this bit of sponge in some lubricant first, and then it was like, okay, that actually improves things. That's how we learned to lubricate stabilizers. That's kind of like the historical story of that. So yeah, so like filling that gap inside the housing where the wire sits, that's something that's been tried and tested. And it's effectively what you're doing with lube when you pack lube in there. It's effectively what you're doing with all of these other inserts and wire mods and heat shrink mods and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah. Making the stabs ultra tight tolerance forces the keyboard and keycaps to have similar tolerances also. Yeah, so you're then transferring the problem away from the stabilizer, which is there to allow tolerances, into the keycaps. And now the keycaps, if you buy SP DCS keycaps or you buy GMK keycaps, they're being made on molds that were made in the 60s, 70s, 80s, depending on the actual model of keycap. The molds that are historic, the GMK keycaps, they're called Cherry Profile because they were made by Cherry, and Cherry produced them as Cherry keycaps. That's where the whole profile of Cherry keycaps comes from. GMK just bought the molding and tooling off of Cherry in 2011. So it's not even that long ago. It's only 13, 14 years ago since GMK bought the molds. So you're using this historic technology that's been there and in place since the 70s and 80s, and you're then trying to say, okay, well, these molds have changed over time, and they were always designed to have slight imperfections in them because they're injection molded, and they got around that by using less tight tolerances or looser tolerances in the stabilizers, so that the stems could move around inside the housing, and there was lateral movement and vertical movement available and horizontal movement, so that the keycap would still work just fine. And then we started to lubricate and tweak and chip and trim them and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, like the tight tolerances you build in, certain keycaps are going to get stuck a lot easier, and if you put just a tiny bit too much lube on them, they're going to get stuck down and you're going to struggle with them. That's why tuning these stabilizers is a lot harder than just tuning the original Cherry clip-ins, for example. And it's why, if you want easy, just go with Cherry clip-ins, clip them, lubricate them. They're pretty much good to go, So yeah. Still sitting on my giant pile of pre-retooled GMK stabs, bought like 100 sets in 2018. Nice, man. Do you don't have any nice red anode TKLs coming out? Lots. Holy Mud? Yeah, so that's the Holy Mud is where you put the heat shrink around it, yeah. Oh no, Holy Mud's slightly different. Sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah. Time check. Thank you, Mr. Blackberry. Can you put heat shrink sleeves around the wire ends? You can, but it's not a great mod. JO1 to JO3 recap, Ojam? Yeah, so JO1 and JO3, we have the original prototypes there behind me. We had them on stream a couple of weeks ago. The JO1 is getting re-prototyped. I actually had a message about the prototypes. I was hoping they were going to be here this week, and then I could take them to Novel Keys with me from the new factory that we're going to use for production. They're a little bit delayed, so they're not going to be here until after I get back from my trip now, but we'll have them on the stream. As soon as all that's approved and we've actually signed off on the design and everything else, then what we're going to be doing is moving into production, getting them produced, and then once production is well underway, that's when we'll do a pre-order. So it's likely going to be October time at the moment is my current estimate on the timeline. Late September, early October for when they go on sale. So yeah. So yeah, okay, right, let's just go back to the last one that we're going to talk about then, the Curve Zero. This is an interesting keyboard. Curves are fun. Now, looking at this, instantly my thought is this using a PCB per row and connecting them, or is it using individual PCBs? I don't know. Let's have a look. Case into which is cut back from 2 pieces of stainless steel. Okay, yeah, so it's just a piece of stainless steel bent, and then a piece of stainless steel bent. You got one piece that goes up, around, and then down, and then you've got another piece that comes down, along, and then up. Yeah, okay, nice and simple. SKB did that years ago. Yeah. Height and angles, interesting. That's quite a dip. It's quite a dip. Not all keycaps are going to work on this. You're going to need a flat profile to work on this. Like, Cherry's going to feel awful on that. Yeah, flat profile, DSA by the looks of it. Layout options TBD. Where's the details on the PCB? It says PCB. Designed specifically for DSA keycaps, but XDA should work. Yeah, okay, fine, yeah. DSA keycaps typing surface of Curve Zero is similar to that of MT3. MT3 is significantly deeper dished. Doesn't mention anything about the PCB. This is either, individual PCBs per row, or it's one really thin PCB that's then allowed to be flexible. sub $100. It could be. Like, that's going to be pretty cheap in China to bend that way. That's not going to be expensive. It's not going to be comfortable to use. So is a PCB also curved, or is there a separate one for each row? So someone smart here asking the same question as me. Don't want to say too much as it may still change, but First Proto has a curved PCB with a release for the stabs SMT components, and it seems to be a great solution, so good chance that it will stay. We'll update as it gets more final. My issue with that is curved PCBs that are under pressure don't generally have as long a lifespan as PCBs that are not under pressure. So I don't think that a curved PCB is necessarily the way forward, unless it's molded to that shape. Just having one made and then making it curved to fit the build, not so sure. And you're not going to do that with a, you know, a standard 1.5mm thick PCB, 1.6mm thick PCB. It's going to need to be a thin PCB. I think even 1.2mm PCB you'd struggle with, so it's probably going to be a 0.8mm PCB, or even thinner. The only way a curved PCB is going to work is if it's like ribbon cable style. What's the product that I'm thinking of? So there's a product that I'm thinking of that does like it's like a mod chip for the GameCube. Hold on, it's a new one. It's called the Flippy Drive. No, I don't want to play the video. Flippy Drive. Let's just do a quick search for it. Flippy Drive. So, if you haven't seen this, all right, this might not be something that you need to know, but Flippy Drive uses like a really cool connector here. So this connector here that you can barely see, this kind of folds around a point inside the GameCube, which is irrelevant, but you'd have to do the PCB in a material like this sort of material. I don't know what it's called, like Captain style material. You'd have to do a PCB in a material like that to get it to work. On this particular mod, you jam it into the existing, like, this is completely unrelated to keyboards, but you jam it into the connector for the disk drive inside the GameCube. I've been following this for other reasons. And it's quite a cool, like, unique solution, which means you don't need to solder, but like, you need a PCB made out of this kind of material for it to have, you know, guaranteed longevity. But soldering these is a pain, to say the least. So I'd be worried about that. Like, they need to have a cool solution for it. Link 65 used individual PCBs per row and then connected them all up. That was fine. Probably like the DD Milli PCB was paper thin. Yeah, it'd have to be. What you say about curved PCBs makes sense, but people still use Kinesis 1 keys from 10 to 15 years ago. Yeah, there's a difference between products that have been tested for a lifespan by a big company like Kinesis versus products that have been tested by one person in their bedroom for 3 weeks. Like, you know, there's a big difference in terms of like longevity testing and things like that. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, Anas Bananas, it's the one you jam inside the connector. The Flippy Drive is actually a really cool piece of tech. It's completely separate to keyboards, but it's really cool how they've done it. The weird roll-up PCB, yeah. Sushi Mat PCB. You can get flexible PCB made out of that material with sections that have a rigid backing. Yeah, but it's not, like, I don't think that's what they're doing here, Snicket. That would be too expensive for $99. What's the purpose of the bend even? Do they claim ergonomics or anything? They don't say, I don't think. Why curve? Okay, it has long been known that a flat typing surface is not very ergonomic. Ergo fans, how do you feel about that one statement? How do you feel about that, Ergo fans? Does ergo to you mean the flatness of the keyboard, or the kind of like curve that way of the keyboard? Wait, there, yeah, like this way, like this on the curves area. Is that what ergo means to you? It's not what jumps out at me when I think of ergo. This is why profile keycaps exist. Okay. You may have noticed that all keycap profiles share a common characteristic: the overall typing surface in the general shape of a curve. Sure. This is something though, right? This is a bit of an exaggeration. Changing the key top profile angles in order to achieve a curve typing experience has flaws. Why? Applied force, parallel component. Okay, so they're trying to say that in such a simple mechanism that pressing down on an angle key that goes vertical is not as good as pressing down on an angle key that's not going down, it's going to the side. I think I disagree with that. I think this is flawed. Yeah, like they're saying that it's offset, but that's exactly what they're doing. This is what, so they're saying that it's because it's offset and you're not pushing it down straight. You're pushing it down slightly to one side, but that's literally what you're doing here, right? You're pushing that's not straight. Where's the side view of this keyboard? Like, you're not pushing this down straight, because straight would go here, look. But you're actually going there. I get what they're saying, that the house, like, but you're not going to push this like that. You're going to push this like that because fingers press down. Fingers don't push. You're not going to push the key like this. You're going to push the key down. You're not going to. I think this is flawed. It's a cool looking thing. I think the premise is flawed. I feel like the premise is flawed here. Yeah, like the verticality of the key press needs to be down. This you wouldn't press this way. That's not what you'd do. You'd press it here. It would go like that. You'd have a vertical line there. That's how you press this. This is a flawed interpretation of how key pressing works. You press it towards the desk. Your finger goes towards the desk. It doesn't go towards, like, that's not natural. You're pressing down. Doesn't matter how you cut it. I think this is a flawed. I'd love to try one. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to try it. I'd love to type on it and see. But I don't think that this matches this. This is... My view on this is that it's not going to be right. It's a cool thing, and it's nice to try new things out. I get that. I like that they're trying something new. Oh, look how old it is. It's just been necroed. It's just really old. Like, it was Lewis. Is Lewis even around anymore? I haven't seen him in ages. So it's just come back. I've never personally found a wrist rest to be comfortable. Does this come back then? What is generally expected? I currently have it running on QMK. Heights and angles. So it's come back after 2 years. Wait, so September 22, any updates? Sweet diagrams instead. June, sorry I didn't update on GeekHack. I stopped working on this project for a long time, but I'm back and ready to take it to completion. I've been using my personal version of Curve Zero for the past year and been loving it. Okay, cool, I'm glad they like it. That's good. Second prototype. And this is the second prototype. Okay. Feels amazing to type on. There's not much that needs to be fixed. I need to make some decisions, but I'll have another update with the next step soon. Looks like you dramatically changed the height and inclination of the bottom row. Angles were too extreme in the first prototype. I've now made them as neutral as possible and include extra rubber feet for adjusting the angle to personal preference. It's definitely a tall board. Based on your experience, do you find the use of a wrist rest necessary? Subjective, but I don't feel like the board feels tall because the home row is not that tall. It's a cool thing. I like it. I don't think it has legs as a retail product, would be my view. But we'll see. I could be wrong. We'll see. Okay. And that's everything on the first page of the unreads. That's it. There's been no other ICs that have come in whilst I've been looking either. So yeah, there we go. That's a little mini IC review. We'll try and do this each week. I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy doing that. Cool. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going through everything. Icon Magami. I'm just going through a few things. The paper board is stunning. I really like it. So yeah. Time check. Yeah, okay, guys. Okay, we're building a hotspot board. It's not going to take long today. Right. Cycle 8 build time. I know we've been going for 2 hours or whatever it is now. We're going to build a Cycle 8 now. Should I try and get a review unit for the blog? Maybe. Looks like the profile of a Jetsons building. Yeah. To achieve the accuracy claimed in the post, key must be pressed in zero gravity vacuum environment. True Blaze. Yes. Okay, right. I should use the coasters because I made them the other day and I didn't even have my cup on it. Right. Don't forget, guys, you can get 25% using Stream Keys 25 on any in-stock keyboard until the end of the stream. Just don't use it on anything that's on sale already, otherwise I'll just cancel the order. That's just how that's going to work. Let me tuck this safely away here because I don't want the quality to get damaged. And Project Nixie just to the side. Right. So let's get the keyboard build underway. So I haven't really looked at this properly. We built a Cycle8 a couple of weeks ago. This is the Ruby version, and it is going to be hot swap. So this is the hot swap PCB. The last one we built solder. This is just the standard hot swap PCB. I don't believe it's tri-mode. It doesn't say it's tri-mode, and there's no connector. There's no dongle. So yeah, this is just the standard hot swap wired PCB. The hot swap boards don't have split backspace option. No, I think they've only got the thingy. But you should check this out, guys, because this board is so cheap, right? They're gonna have it up. No, like £155. Slight some of the options can add a little bit, like if you go for one of the coated colors, and if you go for the sandblasted brass weights and things like that, you can add some price. But 155 quid. Including VAT, 130 quid excluding VAT. This is super cheap, and for what you get, this product should not exist for the money. Like, it's just thing. This is the board we're building today, the Ruby. Look how beautiful it is. For the price, this should not exist. It should not be even available for sale. Like, anyway, so here's the PCB. That's what we're going to be building today. For the price, beggars can't be choosers. Dude, the price is ridiculous. Like, If custom keyboards had £155 TKL full custom option 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know, the hobby would have it would have decimated the hobby. The hobby wouldn't exist anymore in the same way it does today, because this would have just become the de facto standard, and everyone would have just bought this and been like, that's endgame. That's endgame. It's done. The hobby's done. So the fact that we have this stuff now is kind of phenomenal. So there we go. PCB's now ready. I'm gonna use the stabilizers again. What do we think on foams today, guys? Should we use foams or no foams? Please let me know in chat whether you want to use foams or no foams. I'm gonna get them out and leave them to one side, and you guys can let me. No foams, no foams, no foams. Okay, no foams at all. Fine. No foams at all. Let's get the beans out, and we'll use the bean mounting system today. We used the O-rings last time, so we'll use the beans today. No foam. Not a single person asking for foam. This is the PC plate, so
incredible.
A little foam, if no brass cover away. Whatever you didn't do last time. Yeah, so we're trying to do it opposite. We did foams last time, I think. We definitely did PE sheet last time, I think. PC might work with it well. Yeah. So, PC plate, it's kind of like a smoky colour. It's universal, but we are only going to be building this ANSI today. So first thing to do, get some stabilizers ready. Mr. Anonymous Biker, hey man, good to see you. Last build didn't sound good. The build sounded pretty good. Remember, you guys picked the stuff last time. PE sheets can get in the scene. If you like that creamy sound, I hate the word creamy for sound, but if that's what you like, some people really like it. The last board sounded good. Kajahata, hey man, good to see you. Right, let's figure out how we're going to build this. So we're going to need a stabilizer for backspace, because we've got to build this ANSI. It's only ANSI is this particular PCB. We've got a stabilizer for the ANSI enter. We've got to go with full left shift, because that's the only option here. So we need 3 there. We're going to go full left shift, so that's 4 stabilizers, and then we're going to go spacebar. Now, I haven't looked at the case yet to see whether we've got wing key or wing keyless, but let's just assume 7U, because that's the way to do it. So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need all of these. 5 stabilizers. Oops. Five stabilizers. There we go. Now we used the Band-Aid model last time. Let's not use that this time. I'm not a fan of it anyway. I'd much rather just have the stabilizers direct into the board. Mr. Alvey, I didn't end up needing 2 Cycle8s, but I'm sure we can figure something out for you. Don't worry, dude. We'll figure something out. This is the wired mode version of the PCB. Okay, so we're going to need all these stabilizers, and then we're going to need the 7 new wire, so we don't need that wire. Cool. Alright, let's get some lube and a brush. I do have a brush in here somewhere. And there it is. I hope Italy is treating you well, Mr. Ali. Okay, so let's start with the spacebar wire, and we're just going to lubricate the wire first of all, and then we'll lubricate the housing after they're all built. I went with the wired and got the extra internal weight with mine. That's a good choice, man. Good choice, indeed. "37 degrees is too hot for me. That's like death territory for me. I would be dying in that. Me and my wife went out for lunch today, and it was like 28 in the restaurant, and it was too hot. Like, it was too hot. Keep on thinking of the guy that sat in his wheelie bin. Yeah, I think a lot of people have done that. Fill it up with ice water and go jump in it. Homemade prawn. Getting too hot for even me recently. 41 degrees the other day was unbearable. Yeah, like I'm in the US at the end of this week, and I love the fact that the US has aircon everywhere. So I'm not too worried about the heat, but it's going to be like 30 degrees every day, and that's kind of like that's too hot for me. That's kind of like I'm dying kind of territory, and I'm going to moan to everyone about it. But luckily in the US, I don't have to worry too much because everywhere will be air conditioned. So. I'm pretty comfortable with that. The thing is, here in the UK, I'm spoiled because I have AC here in the office, and I also have AC at home, which I am incredibly lucky to have in the UK because most people don't have it here. And that does mean that I'm really spoiled. So if I go anywhere that's even slightly warm and there's no AC, I struggle. So we Americans love our AC. You do. It's something here in the UK we've never had to worry about because, like, our hot summers, they barely got above 25 degrees Celsius for a long time. But now we're having days where it's, 28, 29 regularly, and we've even had temperatures as high as like 35, 36 in the past couple of years. And I think we even had one day where a couple of parts of the UK were over 40 degrees last year, which is just obscene for the UK. It's like those temperatures don't exist. So, it's something that we're going to have to start embracing as a culture here is AC. And as soon as we start to look at heat pumps instead of central heating, traditional central heating with a gas-fired boiler, I think we'll be able to look at that more. Because heat pumps are basically air conditioning units in reverse. If you ever used an air conditioning unit, it basically uses a chemical reaction to create cool air and also creates hot air, and it throws the hot air out the back. So what you can do is you can actually run an air conditioning unit in reverse, and use it to warm up your property in the winter. And that's basically what a heat pump is. It's just pumping hot air. I've oversimplified that massively, but that's broadly what it is. So as heat pumps become more and more common, I think AC will do as well, because you can use the same machine to do both features. Like in the winter, we rarely use our actual heating because the air conditioning unit, which we've got in a couple of different rooms, works well enough. The 40 degree was so lovely. Thank you for making your beautiful country warmer for me. Dude, like, hot days are no good. Peak temperature 39, yeah. Yeah. See, I'm up north where it's always a few degrees cooler anyway, but I am not built for the hot weather. I'm built for the cold weather. Give me ice and snow any day. I can cope in that kind of stuff. Give me a hot day and I will complain like it's an Olympic sport. Mission to the Moon, good choice. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've these are the Swatch versions. I've got pretty much all of the collection. I do have a few of the true Amigas though, not just Swatch versions. So, yeah. Watches are something I like to collect. You can see them just over my shoulder here. Or some of them anyway. So hot summers here that make it kind of a necessity in some places, but they've done some research on what Americans consider hot, and apparently the complaints come up whenever the weather is over 20 degrees. Yeah, to be fair, I think that's kind of like any human though. And I know that you could go back to like saying, oh, the pioneers, and you know, in the 1800s they didn't have all of this heating technology and cooling technology, and that's fine. And you do acclimatize to it somewhat, you know. You can acclimatize to heat, but I think that technology does spoil us, and I've certainly noticed since we've had air conditioning at home for the past couple of years that I am significantly less tolerant to heat than I used to be. So I think it's absolutely a thing. Okay, so we're just leaving the slider rails of the stabilizers. These are the ones that are co-included with the keyboard kit. Anything under 20 degrees C, Aussies are literally wearing a scarf and jumpers. Yeah, I know a few California natives who are like that. Like if it's 20 degrees C, they'll put a jumper on, and it's like, dude, it's like I'm going to find some shorts, and they're looking for a hoodie, which is kind of amusing. My girlfriend is really coping with the weather in Oz right now as it's actually colder than the UK. Interesting. She laughs at me when I say 22 is hot. 22 is a warm day. I don't care what anyone says, that's a warm day for us in the UK. Whenever my South American relatives come to visit, they're so confused by my AC units, and it says, just take more showers. Fair. Not sure about global warming equals hotter weather equals AC use increases equals more global warming. You get the point. So I think the thing here is that if we were only using AC, it doesn't use that much power comparatively compared to what heating uses in the winter. So I mean, using the argument that cooling our homes when it's hotter is as bad, you know, is a bad thing. That's like saying heating our homes in the winter is a bad thing. So I don't like that argument. I think there are far more other things that create global warming on an industrial scale than people just heating their homes and buildings and stuff. Especially as we get to greener sources of energy, like geothermal energy and wind energy, and you know, all the other renewable sources. So I think for me, it's kind of like reducing expenditure of energy in other areas and like such as cars. The electrification of cars overall for emissions is significant. So I think we should continue to do stuff like that, and then of course we'll have capacity to be able to heat homes and stuff. So. UK houses are not really built for warm weather. No awnings, no ability to cross-create a breeze. There's a lot that can be done with that. Actually, absolutely there is. Yeah, awnings will do massive amounts of cooling to a house just by putting the windows in shade. 100%. I'd like to see them make a comeback, and creating cross breezes in a house isn't too complicated. It's doable. So, yeah, we should see that come back as well. Industrial beef farming, absolutely. Yeah, stop the beef industry. Like, if everyone went, at the minute, the vast majority of the UK and other Western civilizations probably eat meat 6 times a week. If we drop that down to 2 times a week, that's a massive, massive drop in, beef production and everything else that creates a ton of greenhouse gases. Right? It's just for in-stock keyboards, Mr. Alvey. 25% off any in-stock keyboards. Apart from stuff that's already on sale. Alvey, if it's already on sale and you use the code, I'll just cancel it. Like if it's JO2 and it's already on sale and you use the code on it, I'll just cancel the order because they're already on sale. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. And no one should be using the code that isn't watching, so everyone's aware of that. Popping the stabilizers in the board here. This one doesn't work now. There we go. And then we've got 7U, which is going to be that and that. Cool. That's all the stabilizers popped in the board. Let's grab a screwdriver. I think these are Phillips screws if I remember rightly. We made our own awning, kinda. It's pretty alright. Yeah, I need to put an awning up on the side of my garage because we've had a deck there for maybe 7 or 8 years, and we recently just got some. We've never used it as a deck, so we've just bought some new garden furniture and put that on there, and it was like, yeah, we need some sort of sun coverage now, so we need like an awning to go on the side of the garage. So that's going to be something in my near future to look into. Although when we're moving house soon at some point, it feels a bit redundant, but got to keep the wife happy. That's the trick, right? Happy wife, happy life. Is there a way to have cancelled order emails and have a GIF attached where it's just you staring at us with disappointment? To be honest, we don't get that many cancelled orders. It's very few and far between, luckily, and that's a good thing because like cancelling orders is really expensive for us. So yeah. But if you mean like me cancelling orders, I could absolutely do that. But I just feel mean, that's the problem. I'm not a mean person. Or at least I don't think I am. What's the quality of the keycaps from Swag Keys? Pretty good. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with them. I wouldn't stock them if I thought they were crap. I'll only stock what I think is good quality, so yeah. All cancellations require a live video call. Cancellations are only available in person at the workshop. Pretty sure that's against the law, but... Do you want to cancel your order? You've got to come visit the PT workshop and tell me to my face that you cancelled your order. Why must I get paid on the last day of the month? Like, PT is payday, like, because obviously the staff get paid and I get paid. Oh, actually, there's some news on that as well. Is the last Friday of the month. The last Friday of the month. So we got paid like on Friday just gone. So a couple of weeks ago I told you that my accountant had been and told me off for taking next to no salary as well. Some of you will be pleased to know. I'm sure I'm going to get some complaint emails from this, but the update on that is I actually took a proper salary this month. I'm not going to tell you guys how much, but yeah, my accountant calculated it for me based on what I should be earning, and what he thinks is fair for someone in my position to earn, rather than what I think is fair. And so instead of earning 12 grand a year, I now earn a proper salary. It's still significantly less than what I used to earn at the bank, I'll be honest with you, but it's substantially different, and it brings me into line with what the rest of the employees earn. So yeah, just as a quick update before anyone asks at some point. It's always the last working day of the month. That does suck, dude. That does suck. Congrats on taking a salary. Next time, take a day off, dude. Let me get one thing done first. Like, I can't do everything all at once. It's gotta give me some time on that one. There we go. Stabilizers all installed. Now it's time to do the switches. So I haven't given you guys a choice on switches this week because I really want to try these out. We have these in stock right now. These are the caramel chocolate switches, and they feel really, really nice in hand. So I want to try these out today. It does mean I have to pay tax now. Yes, I do now pay taxes. I was underneath the tax threshold previously. I am no longer underneath that tax threshold. So yes, I do now pay taxes again. Like, to be clear, it's not like it's not huge numbers of money. Like, it's still poor pay compared to a lot of my friends, and it's nowhere near what I used to earn for the bank. We're going to need a plate for you. Let's have a look at my trusty box of keyboard stuff. By the plate book. I'm sure there's one in here. Which means after I put the switch in, we're going to have to just slightly rethink how we do this. There we go. There we go. So we're actually going to have to drop down now and start to do the bottom row. Because if we don't, we're going to struggle to get all of our switches in place. So let's just pop these in. No, it won't affect PT in any significant way. My accountant's been telling me that I need to take a proper salary for 4 years now, and I've always declined it just on the basis that I didn't think it was fair for me to take a salary, and the fact that I got a lot of negative feedback from the community before when it had been mentioned that I would take a salary. So, you know, I mean, I've worked with PT for 5 years, right? I've owned PT for 5 years now. On the 1st of November this year, it'll be 5 years since PT became a thing. And in that time, I have earned just less than 25, up until this month, up until the 1st of this month, just less than £25,000. In 5 years, I've been paid just less than £25,000, 23,800 something, I think it was. So when you worked it out, it's less than $5 grand a year, which is about $6,000, $7,000 a year. So it's a very, very small chunk of change overall. So it's not going to affect PT's ability to do anything. The rest of the staff cost is still significantly higher than my uplift in salary. So, you know, paying myself is no more detrimental to the company than it is paying the other staff. Like, if I couldn't pay my other staff, obviously I wouldn't pay myself, but yeah, it's not detrimental to the company. Caramel chocolate, yeah, these switches feel really good, so I want to try them out. Time for switch related thumb injuries. Should be okay today. Just take it steady and get these all in nicely. DCS windbreaker, the only thinking person's choice. Yeah, we'll have a look at the keyboard in a minute. We need to have a look at the keyboard before I do the bottom row anyway, so we know where to put the switches. It's your business, why do they care? So I think the issue is, real quick, that a lot of people feel like I shouldn't take a salary from the business because I'm serving the hobby's needs and I shouldn't be serving my own needs. That's the general consensus that I get. So a lot of the feedback around salaries that we've had is, I mean, people have even reached out to the PT team, staff that I employ who work, you know, really hard at shipping orders out and stuff. People have even messaged them saying, how much do you earn? Because we think that Jay is paying you too much. Like, that's been the kind of like, the subtext behind it. And it's like, I pay my staff well for the job that they do. I agree. But I'm not going to tell you how much they earn, because that's up to them. It's their private information. But I'd rather pay people a decent living wage than pay people peanuts and they can't afford to even travel to work, sort of thing. So yeah, like it just frustrates me that the people's salaries at a business that I'm running have become this thing that the community uses against me. It's so frustrating because it's a non-issue. It's a non-starter of an issue. It's very frustrating. 5-year birthday party meetup. Yeah, so we are planning on doing like an open day for the 5th anniversary. Technically the birthday of the company is on the 1st, but it'll be some point in November, I think. Sleepover. I do want to do like a little PT sleepover for some SPC folks, and we'll like put some movies on, and maybe we'll play some dungeons and like a one-shot Dungeons and Dragons type thing, and we'll get some beers in and some pizza in, and we'll sleep on the workshop floor with sleeping bags and blow up beds and stuff like that. And it'd just be a nice fun night. I think that'd be quite fun. Well done, accountant, for finally convincing you. He basically didn't give me a choice. He was like, look, Jay, this business is doing well, it's profitable, you're not taking any dividends, you're paying yourself money that's not enough for you to live on, you need to do more for yourself. Because basically I've been topping my salary up for the past 5 years by taking it out of my savings. So my life savings have been dwindling down significantly whilst I've been running PT. So yeah. Quoting Mel, PT pays my mortgage. Yeah, absolutely. But that's what any job does, right, Superhands? Like any job that you have, if you have a mortgage, your job is paying your mortgage. You are employed so you can buy your house or you can buy your things, whatever it might be. Mel is paying her mortgage with her salary. If I paid her any less, she might not be able to buy the house she bought. So, you know, it's what anybody does with salary. People pay their household bills with their salary. That's just what they do. Are you going to do another discount on the PT birthday? Yeah, but it won't be as extensive as last year. Like last year, like we lost so much money last year. Yeah, like it was just such a huge loss to us, like financially, when we looked it up afterwards. Like I just made a massive incorrect decision to do such a big discount. Like it was stupidly big discount. It was a case of like I got a real telling off for that one, like a proper telling off from the accountants. Okay, almost there now with this. Missed the shift key here. Oops. That didn't feel good. Shift key there as well. There we go. I'm all for transparency as it pertains to pay, but that's a pretty bad attitude to have towards you all. Sorry that you guys have to know that. It's no one's fault but my own. I can only blame myself that people make these assumptions, accusations. I don't think it's fair, and I think it is wrong to you know, treat people like that, but it's unfair sometimes. You know. That's my absolute dream. With a PT sleepover, I really do want to do it, like a one-shot D&D night for, you know, quite a few of us, and maybe put some films up and have some just sweets and keyboard chat, and we could do like a little lubing club, and yeah, it'd be really fun. Like, you know, 25, 30 people here. Get all snug in our little sleeping bags and stuff. Yeah, absolutely could be great fun. Can't believe Jay has been rinsing us for 5k a year. My orders could have been 10p cheaper. like, our biggest cost is stock, right? And our second biggest cost is shipping. I think, and then our third biggest cost is like rent and everything else. I think staff salaries are like number 6 or 7 on the list. It's not particularly expensive on a staff benefit to run pizza. Right, let's take a look at the keyboard because we need to figure out which keyboard version we've got before we put the bottom row in. So this is the Cycle8 in Ruby colorway, and it is absolutely stunning. Lubin Club, my favorite. Yeah. This is a great color. If you like bright colors, you'll like this. This is something else in terms of colors. Look at this. Oh, this is the Ruby. I'll show you in the face cam as well, because I think the face cam is slightly more color accurate. There you go, look at that for color. V-Drug Rush, the PCB that we have here is this is a second Cycle8 build. It only supports ANSI as this PCB. Look at that for color. The Ruby is the go-to choice, Mr. Alvey. Like this is 100. We got wing keyless. Like this is 155 quid. 155 quid. What a color. Love the Ruby. Yeah, stunning. Ruby is so pimp. Absolutely. Is it more pink than red IRL, or is it just me? It is more pink than red. Yeah, it is a pinkish color. So I mean, it's pretty color accurate. If I put it like in the dark here, that's pretty color accurate there. Somewhere around there, that's pretty color accurate. Obviously the lights are making it look brighter, but like kind of like how you see it here, this is kind of accurate. This is a good color choice. Man, this is a good color choice. Right, okay, so we're building this this wing keyless then. So what we'll do, we'll just take off the top case very quickly. It looks more pink than it actually is. Just bear that in mind, guys. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna push this up against here, and then we're gonna be able to see which way around we need to put the switches. So we need this to be 1.5, which is there. That one's going to be there, because that's in the middle. I think that one's going to be there. That one's going to be there. Make sure these are all seated correctly in a moment as well. That one's going to be there. Cool. Okay, so we've got everything in the correct place. I'm not going to go over too much on the case design because we've already talked a lot about that on the previous stream. You can check the previous Cycle8 build if you want to do that. But this is the caramel switches, all hot swapped in and looking pretty nice and tasty. These are chocolate caramel switches. They are very, very nice, factory lubed. Looking pretty smart from the bottom as well. Okay, and I did say we were going to use the beans today, so let's see how the beans work actually for the mounting perspective, and then you guys can pick some keycaps in a minute. You imagine the board match a little? Yeah, I have a thing for pink. What can I say? Okay, so let's pop the beans in. I think they go rounded side down. Yeah. So these look like little tiny butt plugs, I guess. A happiness tool. Yeah, they go side down, so we're just going to clip these into the plate, and they just sit in just like this. Another one in, whilst you guys can see. It just sits there, and then just clicks in like so. We're just going to pop those in all the way around. This is the happiness tool stream. I like bean mat on the Cycle7. Yeah. Is this sponsored by Love Honey? It should be, right? Just this does not have the LED bit in the case. Still looks great without. Yeah, the previous one that we built with the grey one that we gave away, that did have the LED cutout. This one does not. That's looking pretty good so far. Put the top case here. Get the screwdrivers anymore. And we're going to bring the bottom case over, and we're just going to install the ribbon cable. Can't remember which the best way to do this was. I think we did it like this last time. I hate ribbon cables though. I'm terrible with them. Come on. I'm not quite happy with that. That was in, and then it popped right back out. There we go. That's in now, and then we're just going to pop that down. I'll line that up so that the beans fit in correctly into the case. There is milled little pockets for them to sit into behind here. That's all looking good. You want another Cycle8 just for a bright colour? Do it, man. And there we go. That is the board.
Incredible.
All built and put together. That looks so good. These switches actually work really well with the colour. Tasty, tasty. Okay, next job, guys, is to pick some keycaps for the board. And I'm hoping one of the mods is around to do a poll, because I do have some choices for you. We have DCS Windbreaker. Can those cables be connected and disconnected a limited amount of times? If just a limited number of times, why? Those cables, you could do it 100 times, it'd be fine. I don't think you'd have any problems. Mr. Basic, thank you for 30 months of subs, dude. Yeah, so DCS Windbreaker is first option. Then we've got a dark choice, which is GMK Dark. Grey keycaps with black subbuttons, so we have a dark choice. We then have a light choice today, which is GMK Bleach. We then have a classy choice. This is GMK Classic Retro. Gotta have the beige there. And then the final choice, because it was supposed to be like a reddish case, I thought we'd go for GMK Ham-On, but I don't think that's gonna work very well. So, those are your 5 choices. The poll will be up in a second. DCS Windbreaker, GMK Dark, GMK Bleached, GMK Classic Retro, or GMK Ham-On. Pink is so fresh. Yeah, it's such a good colour. Pink is like chef's kiss. It's affordable enough to justify getting 2 to mix and match. Dude, it's £155. It's £155. It's ridiculous. It's cheaper than any Corsair high-end keyboard or whatever else you want to pick. And for the anodized ones, the ruby one, look. And if you go for the aluminium stainless steel cover, look. Even if you go for the mirror polished stainless steel weight, and you go for the LED layout, and you go for the this is the hot swap ANSI PCB. But if you want a hot swap ISO or ANSI, and then it doesn't matter what plate you pick, a polycarbonate plate, like it's still only £10 more than that. £10 is all it costs for this build on top. £165. It's nuts. It's nuts. And it comes in these cool colorways. It comes in Crow. It comes in Luna, which is the board we built a couple weeks ago. It comes in Ruby. It comes in Metal. It comes in Peacock, which is just stunning. I'm going to get a Peacock one to go with this Ruby one, so I can mix and match the top and bottom. It comes in Void Elf, which is like the best purple we've seen in a long time. It comes in Aloe, which if you want a green board, that's a phenomenal color. It comes in Cream. It comes in Zeal Red. It comes in Lemon. It comes in Peach. The peach is a great color as well. That peach is tasty. It comes in Acorn, which I think is underrated. That brown color is so underrated. Like, it should be like more popular than it is. It comes in Canvas. And it comes in Rock. Like, it comes in so many good colors. So many good, for £155. £130 excluding VAT. So if you don't have VAT or sales tax, it's 130 quid, which is like $150, right? It's $160, right? Something like that. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. It's phenomenal. Acorn would look amazing with Signet keycaps. It would look phenomenal. It would look phenomenal. Did the Cycle 7 hotshot plan end up dying? So I thought it was dead because the 2 people who got the test PCBs never reached back out to us. They still haven't, but people have said that they want us to continue with it. So we're going to continue with it with this week. I'm going to figure out what we're doing with it this week. And we're going to get the PCB tested and stuff like that by Josh. The problem is I don't have a Cycle 7 here anymore to test with. So I'm relying on someone else doing the testing. That's the issue. Acorn with KKB retro mixed lights would go hard. It would. 155 USD is the starting MSRP. There you go. So 155 US dollars is like, it's nuts pricing. It is absolutely nuts pricing for something this good. Like 5 years ago, no keyboard was this good, and now it's like the cheap of the cheap. It's so tough with the Spooder coming though. Obviously, almost double the price of this, but also insane value. Yeah, like. The value proposition of keyboards today is so strong. Trying to find GMK modern material concrete. Yeah, that sold out so quick when we put the modern materials in stock. It was like super quick. I'm dying to get my hands on one of those PCBs. The Cycle 7 ISO ones. Yeah, like as soon as we can sell them, we will. I think what we're going to do is send one to Josh. He's still got a Cycle 7. And he designed the PCB. He's going to test it out instead of because I'm sending him his Nixie board on Monday. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get it to him, and then we'll just, as soon as we know it's good, we'll open up a pre-order and I'll start getting the manufacturing in the background. $155 US dollars is ordering Uber Eats for some dinners. Yeah, absolutely, right? Like I went out for lunch with my wife today, and it cost almost as much as one of these boards. Just skip one meal. Skip one meal, and you can buy a Cycle 8. That's it. Skip a meal. Buy a Cycle 8. What's one meal? Bad times for anyone trying to sell mid to low range TKLs in the aftermarket post Cycle 8. It is, but you know, it's one of those things. Okay, the vote's going well. Most of you are going for DSC or DCS Windbreaker. No one's tried to rig it yet, so that's interesting. And Classic Retro is just second behind it. But there's only about a minute left, so guys, if you are going to vote on which keycaps we're going to put on the board today, it looks like Windbreaker is the one to be. Was that somewhere nice in Leeds? No, there's a pub just between Leeds and Bradford that we went to for Christmas dinner, for Sunday lunch. It was delicious. Yeah, it was good. People selling Mizu clones are having a hard time. With Wook Studio, Mizu on the group line. Yeah. Windbreaker is honestly a good choice. It is. DCS Windbreaker does win. There we go. Did you get to keep your T9 prototype? I saw the other deadline board in your personal list. Yeah, I did. It's the other deadline board. I paid for that one. The T9 I didn't pay for, so I can't sell that one. But the Retro 66 I paid for. So when I paid for something, I can keep it. It's mine. When I haven't paid for it, or it's been paid for by the company, then it belongs to the company. So the T9 is in here. It's there. That's the T9. That's owned by Prototype. It's not by me because it was a freebie from Deadline. So yeah. Sorry, babe. Jay said we can't go out to dinner. I need a new keyboard. Yeah, but just imagine when it's pink and it's this hot. How good is she gonna think you look? Right? Okay. Let's get the keyboard ready and zoom in. I haven't put the feet on this yet. We'll have to put the feet on it. And you guys can see DCS Windbreaker being put on live. Can't wait for my T9. Yeah, I'm pretty excited by the T9. Sorry, I've just got a message with my wife. Okay. my wife is basically sending me houses to look at the minute. That's what she's doing. Her favourite pastime is house hunting, I think. I'm married for the keyboards. Wife heard the comments from my stream. Where the fuck are you at 10:30? Nah, she knows I'm sometimes not home until after midnight. Okay. Oh. Which space bar? Should we go green? I think we should go green. Green space is best space, right? That matches so well. That matches so well. 1.5, yeah, we don't need that. Don't need space. Don't need yellow space, we have green space. We have green space. Full size shift. There we go. Is that the right shifter? There it is. There we go. Oh man. Some of the keys on this. Oh, we should have put the whatever key on here. That's just such a good key. This is going to look so good. Why is the keyboard built NC? The PCB only supports NC. We built one last week of the same board in ISO, so this week we're building it in NC. Just NC things. But good evening, Mr. Egg. Jay's favourite pastime is buying expensive stuff. Dude, you are so not wrong. You are so not wrong. That's like literally just me. That's what I do. That's what I excel at. I kind of forgot where this key needs to go there. It's ages since I've built an ANSI layout board. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Depending on the package weight. Yeah. Shipping to the EU, Netix. If you go to checkout and you type in your address with something, it'll show you, but it's generally between like 14 and 18 pounds to the EU, but you'll pay your VAT at checkout and you won't have any import duties at all. I'm going to shy away from using novelties on this, I think. Yeah, chocolate caramel switches. Got that Balamori drip going. Is that a joke? I don't know. It says that shipping will get calculated at checkout, but I don't want to do an account. I mean, you have to have an account to buy off the website, but it's going to be between like 15 and 18 pounds. Like, it depends on where you are, and like I don't mean like which country, but like where in each specific country you are, because it's based on your particular address. So like I can't tell you that off the top of my head. You'd have to like dox yourself in chat for me to be able to check that and give me your full address, which I don't want anyone to ever do, so don't do that. But like I can't just tell you because it's different for every single address, so, or it could be different for every single address, but it's not going to be particularly expensive. And bear in mind that, as I say, your taxes are paid up front, so you don't get any import duties at all. What you pay at checkout is it. That's it, and it'll then arrive at your desk, at your address. Purple looks so good with the pink as well. Any codes for in-stock keycaps tonight? No, just the keyboards. It's 25% off any in-stock keyboard as long as it's not already on sale. If you buy something that's already on sale, it'll be, the order will be cancelled because it shouldn't work on those, but I didn't have time to fix it for that, so yeah. That's the only rule we have. Okay, slowly starting to get there. It's looking good. Not found the alt keys yet. Do we have to use novelties and I've just missed that? Oh no, here we go. There's the alt key. And there's the other alt key. Right. Delete and page down. Where's page down? I did see it a second ago. There it is. Right, insert. Where's insert? There's home. Page up. No, page up. Insert home, page up. Insert home, and page up. I'm not sure. Print. Pause and scroll. And this page up. There we go. Now that is a keyboard. It's designed by TKD and Vertex, but we're the UK vendor for it. ClickClack is a US vendor, but you can buy from whichever vendor suits you best. Those keycaps. This is DCS Windbreaker. This is a keyboard. This, although you might not like it, this is what peak perfection looks like. How cool is that? This is also brighter and Corsair RGB ports. Absolutely. This set was made for it. Yeah. Just turn the AC off. Pink sets it off so well. Yeah. I'm intrigued and horrified in equal measures. Dude, that means you just want to go buy DCS Windbreaker on this keyboard, right? Oh, we need feet, don't we? That's one thing we said we needed. We need the feet for this. Let's do the feet now. Looks good. Yeah, looks so good. The best keycap set in the history of keycaps. I'm not sure about that, but it's a good one. But please something for the legends, the poor illegible legends. Wait, what? On this keycap set, the legends are fine. Windbreaker needs an R2 after this stream. I would love for Windbreaker to come back. I'd love for Windbreaker to be done in GMK, actually. Perhaps I should argue for Windbreaker to come back with an international kit, yeah. Peak keyboard. TKD Cycle8 in Ruby with chocolate caramel switches and DCS Windbreaker. Wow. GMK Windbreaker would be a buy from me. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that side profile. I'll show you in the face cam as well, just because the colors are a little bit better in the face cam. So the pink's broadly this kind of color. Oh, it's Inception, look. Pretty cool. Pre-order the Cycle8 today. Maybe you should pre-order another one. Let's pause the music and see how she sounds. Clacky because no foams, remember? How poppy is that? DCS on a PC plate with the chocolate caramel switches. That's a good sound. No foams. No, it's not POM plate, it's PC plate. So guys, if you're going to buy a Cycle8, buy some DCS keycaps, because who doesn't want a keyboard to sound like that, right? Who doesn't want a keyboard to sound like that? I know I do.
Incredible.
Speaking of keycaps, what's going on with SP? Are they actually getting out of business? Yeah, the owner wants to retire. He's knocking on in life and he wants to retire. Melissa, his daughter, who's worked for Signature Plastics for as long as I can remember, and as long as I've been longer than I've been working with them, doesn't want to take over the business, but wants to work there for a little bit, and they're looking for a buyer. I did have some high-level discussions with them. It's just not something for PT to invest in at the minute, just because of, well, the main thing is logistics and travel. Them being based in Washington State and us being based in the UK, just not feasible. I have heard rumors that something is happening in the background, but I don't know much. And anything I do know, I can't share. So maybe we'll see. I can't imagine DCS is at risk. It could shut in the near future. Yeah. Sounds amazing. It sounds so good. Signature Plastics manufacture keycaps for designers. Yeah, DCS SA profile, that all comes from Signature Plastics. Yeah. We've stocked it. This is from Signature Plastics, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Classic DCS thin wall sounds. Yeah. DCS is underrated. It's massively underrated. It's massively underrated. Hugely underrated. Depending on the DCS set, it might cost more than the board. 100%, right? One of my favorite sets at the minute that we've got in stock is Guardian. Like, this is like a really classy set, and it's not cheap. It's 140 quid for the base kit, and it's not exactly a huge base kit. But it's stunning. It's such a nice set, and it works so well. It works so well, does this set, with like so many different keyboards. It is just such a nice set. But the biggest downside is the cost. I know it's expensive. I know it is expensive. We've only got the base left actually, but yeah, it's hugely expensive, but it's lovely. It's lovely. I think we have some other DCS actually. When we get the new tagging system on, you'll be able to filter by DCS anyway, but it's not there at the minute. Our DCS Alchemy still in stock. You can still pick that up. That's a little bit cheaper, 110, but it's a very limited base kit, but it's a super nice set, so there you go. Those are actual photos of boards. Those are actual photographs. What else have we got? Oh, hold on. Help if I didn't hit the wrong mouse button. DCS White and Black Alps. Reaper is only available in Alps. We do have Blue Moon still in stock. Is Somewhere Revival still in stock? Yeah, you still get the Somewhere Revival base. This is a stunning base kit as well. So this is based on the Sowari boards. It's just something else. Is this set? Sorry, the pictures aren't great. That's what we're given by the designer. But yeah, such a great set. Guardian, Delphi. I don't think we've got much of left. Vert should be sold out. That shouldn't be in stock. Yeah, that is sold out. Yeah. Windbreaker, long gone. I'm afraid. Long gone. Yeah. Alps Pingmaster. Yeah. DCS is good, but we don't have much of it, I'm afraid. There needs to be more DCS in the world, especially when it sounds like this. The profile itself is really nice as well. More of a cylindrical curve compared to Cherry Profile. Yeah. Wind Breakthrough is a tough one to find. I hope it comes back, I really do. One of the problems with DCS, because they're expensive even compared to GMK. Yeah, it is an issue. DSS is a different profile completely. It's not a million miles away from DCS, but it's not the same. DC 75 group buy closing in a few days. Reminds me I need to check the front height on it to see if I need the wrist rest. Yeah. Wish more manufacturers did Alps caps. Yeah, Alps are, like, you've not got much choice these days, but the vintage stuff's always best for that. Right, okay, I did promise that we would play, because we hit the subs goal, which is down below, I did promise that we'd play marbles and give away a GMK set. So I'm going to load up marbles, we're going to give away a GMK set, and then it's going to be time for me to go home because it's getting pretty late. So I'm just going to load up marbles now. Give me a second, and then we'll flip over and we'll play a quick game of marbles and give a GMK set away. It's going to be a random GMK set. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be one of the GMK sets that we've had in the past, taken parts out of and given customers replacement keys for, but then GMK have replaced the keys, so it will be full and complete. It'll just be open. It'll be never been used or anything like that, so just bear that in mind as well. We're just going to do a single race. We're going to do a community track. Let me flick over so you can see what we're doing here. You should be able to see, yeah. So we're just going to do a community map, and we're going to do something that's got a reasonable average time, like 4.5 minutes, something like that. Crazy colourful maze, that sounds good. So yeah, so you guys can win some GMK.
Tasty, tasty.
We'll ship it anywhere in the world. Exclamation mark play will put you into the race. And we'll ship it anywhere in the world. We'll pay for shipping and the cost of the GMK set. It will be open. It will be complete. We might have written on the box or something like that. It's just one of those things. The only thing you might have to pay is any import duties. So EU folks, you might have to pay import duties on it because it's not a sale. You might have to pay import duties. We can't control that, unfortunately. So yeah, so get yourselves in, guys, if you want to win some GMK. We're only giving away one set to whoever wins this single race, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to hit start, and you're going to have 10 seconds to join, guys. So you've got to join in the next 10 seconds. I'll join in as well. There we go. Okay, let's have a look what happens on this track. I don't know how this track works. Looks like we're going to go all the way down there, so let's see how this pans out. Meryl Keys, nice to see you. Here we go. And we're racing down towards the first bowl of death. Let's see who's going to get there first. It looks like Pace God and True Blaze are in first place, but Griftexler has probably taken the lead and come out quite a bit faster. But Funky Boar and Cast is making his way down. Jellymaster, one of the mods, is there in second place. Big gap ahead before Disco 7, Angry Swan, Arrow Keepers, and Cass Online are there as well. A long way to go though until we get to the end of the track. Jellymaster slowed down but has now sped back up as we go up the spiral staircase right to the very top of the track. Let's see who's going to make it to the top first. I think, oh, Jellymaster might have just taken the lead very briefly there. Impossible to see. Everyone's starting to make the climb up now though, but still a long way to go. Funky Boring Cast is there at the top though. He's there first. Jellymaster's just behind. Castle9 isn't too far away, and neither is Disc. They've still got a lot of things to play for. Rufus McFloofus is coming through. Cynic 12. Angry Swan's going back down by the looks of it. The Unborn and Mad 8X are right at the very back, though. Let's try and catch up with the front guys. Still a long way to go. We're going to drop down into the collection ball here. And I don't know if anyone's going to be able to channel Funky Boring Cars here. Disco 720 is there too. Castle9's coming through as well. Let's see who's in the middle. Tori there, Stereo GR, S-Rep Kids, and Pokemon Kid are almost at the back. But there's quite a few people who've just got stuck and just not made it anywhere. I'm really sorry, guys. A couple of people dying. Alvy and the Black Vegetable are out of the race. Jellymaster looks like he's taken the lead over from Funky Boring Cars here. But Disc is just behind. Blackbrook coming through as well. The mod's having a strong turnout here. Let's see who's going through. Cynic 12 is there as well. Rack 17 is still a little bit of time to go. Still a few more obstacles. Plenty still to play for, but Jellymaster is in the lead and quite a substantial one at that. Disc is in second. Funky is in third. Steelhand's coming through there. Rufus McFloofus and Cynic 12 battling out for the next couple of positions. Kimmy Lewin and rocking out the top 10 there. Blackbrook's fallen back a little bit, but he's doing well. True Blaze is their early leader right in the middle of the pack now. Nitram Namelock's coming up right in the middle as well. I'm here somewhere in the middle as well with Esrep Keebs and Godzilla Waddle. Esrep making up huge gains from earlier on when we saw them. Torma and Barrow are here. Mikiki is there as well. Dematech's right at the back, making sure that no one gets left too far behind. Jellymaster's still got the lead, but only just by a little bit as we come through into the last series of obstacles here. We've got another staircase to climb. Blackbrook is again making good ground, now in 4th space. All still to play for here as we go through these next series of obstacles. Down into another pit. Let's see how this pans out. Funky Boar and Kaz has slowed down a bit. Blackbrook's now taking 3rd place away from Steelhand. Taking 2nd place. The mods are on fire today. 1st and 2nd position so far. Funky Boar and Kaz and Disc are far behind now. Steelhand Dish is catching up a little bit. Meow Keys is there as well. Twigcorn's doing well. Rufus McFloofus there too. Jellymaster is on his way down through the Plinko Plonko. So is Blackbrook. Lots of people are on the way though. Let's see how this pans out. This could all change here. The whole thing could change here, but Jellymaster still makes out into 1st place. Still in 1st place. Is Blackbrook going to keep 2nd? Blackbrook keeps 2nd, but only just. Steelhand and Disc are still right on his heels. Steelhand going the long way round into the next dropper, but there is blockers here, so this could all change the leadership. No, Jellymaster still stays ahead. Does Blackbrook retain 2nd place? He does retain 2nd place. He does retain 2nd place. Still a little bit of time to go though. Still some blockers in the path by the looks of things as we go down to the final corners. Still a long way to go. Blackbrook takes the lead. No, Blackbrook and this Disc takes the lead. Jellymaster's just behind. Avaloins is there as well. From nowhere, Avaloins is into 3rd position. Blackbrook is now down into 4th. Jellymaster's in 2nd. Disc is now the leader and the favourite to win the race, but there's still obstacles to go, so it's still all to play for. Jellymaster's just behind. Steelhand is there as well. He's looking to pick up some points if he can get there. Funky Boar and Cars now outside the top 10, falling quite a way back. It's a race down now to the final series of obstacles. There is some blockers in here though, so it's all still to play for. Disc comes down, gets stuck. Jellymaster comes down, gets stuck. Everyone gets stuck at the little bendy bit here. I don't even know what to call it. Sweeping brush. Jellymaster's on his way though. Is Disc going to make it through, or is Jellymaster going to take the win here? Disc is slowing down. Jellymaster swoops past. Still 1 obstacle to go. Jellymaster does take the win. Jellymaster. Disc takes 2nd. Everyone's now got stuck. It's a race to be the 3rd winner. The 3rd place is Super Hands, then Blackbrook, then Funky Boar and Cast, then Rack 17, TechQuest, Adam, Toasty Bap, and Avaloins. Congratulations, Jellymaster. You have won yourself some GMK sets today. Or, well, a single GMK set. We'll get something shipped out to you on Monday. So thank you very much for that. But congratulations, Jelly. What a great win that was. What a fantastic win. All still to play for there right at the end. What a finish. Much excite. Yeah, that was a great race. That was really, really good. Guess you have to DM yourself your address. Yeah. You can't write a better plot. Congrats. Rigged. Yeah, absolutely. More marbles. No, we're just playing the one for GMK today. That was a great race. It's about the taking part. Absolutely. Absolutely. Congratulations, Jellymaster. So you had a 2-second lead there. 2 whole second leads. Jellymaster, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. But you've done 15 races with us, and you have now got 1 win. So there you go. Congratulations. Those are the stats. Thank you so much, Mr. Jellymaster, for the gift subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. And welcome new people to the SPC. If you have subbed for the first time today, don't forget, if you link your Twitch and Discord accounts and then join our Discord server, you will be able to access the SPC, which is a Twitch-only subscribers chat, which is probably one of the most active keyboard Discords I know of. It's very, very active pretty much all the time, and it's one of the nicest communities as well around. So please do join if you want to. Second, nearly 8 seconds ahead of 3rd. There was a huge gap to 3rd place. Yeah, a huge gap. Yeah. So much SPC in the top 20. Yeah, it was really cool. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the stream today. I've had a blast building this keyboard, showing you the Nixie project, which looks stunning, by the way. Look how good this looks. I am so proud of this keyboard. I am so proud of this keyboard. Nixie clock inside a keyboard. It's just such a cool shape and design. and it's phenomenal, and I love every little bit about it. Hardwired cable.
Incredible.
It's so good to finally be using it as my daily driver. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I thoroughly appreciate it. It is time for me to go home now and drive home and get some sleep because it's 11 p.m. and I've got to be back at the workshop for 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to head home. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do come and chat on Discord. Watch out on Instagram because I'll be sharing all of the latest news and things there, including my trip to Novel Keys at the next weekend. So please do watch out for that as well and interact there and keep me awake. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all not next week but the week after on stream. Anywhere else it's going to be Discord or Instagram. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.